Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here on the Weather Nerds YouTube channel. I'm going to go and jump in here a little bit early. I guess I got this timing off just a little bit here for this morning. Should have started at 2, not 3 o'clock. My apologies on there. I'll go ahead and switch some things over. I am having trouble with the YouTube chat, though. YouTube chat is not coming up. That's going to make questions, Q&A a little bit tough to go by. At least it's not coming up on my stream, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I'm gonna try to read. It will not load. It's saying something went wrong. So we could try the chat in there. We'll see if it'll work. But I'm not seeing anything in there. If you guys can see my chats, I will see if the chat ninja can check it or not. I don't think it will. So we may not be able to see the chat today. So anyway, we'll get things going. It'll be kind of hard to do the live here if I can't do a chat. So I might need to bring this down, try it again, and do that again. But I'm getting a something went wrong message on my YouTube thing here. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm on the, oh, I see what the problem is. I see what the problem is. That was me. I see what I did. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, give me 1 second. I'll come right back. I'm going to end this stream. I'll come right back up. So just bear with me, okay? All right, just bear with me. I'll be right back. I promise you. I'm not going nowhere. I've got the wrong. Well, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this. I got an idea. I'm going to try to do this. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. Let's see if this works. I'm trying something here, so bear with me. I think I got this to work. I think I got this to work. Hey, that worked. Okay. I figured it out. Troubleshooting, man. I love troubleshooting. What it is that the Chat Ninja program that I used to do the chats with, it uses the Google Chrome, and I launched it on Internet Explorer, and it didn't like that one bit, so it's giving me a big error message, but I had to come over, close that out, come back over here. Boom, we're good to go. I do want to talk about some stuff today. I'm still not feeling it for North Georgia. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. And the reason for this is because we're wedged. I mean, we got a nice cool air wedge in place. You see the thunderstorm warning we have there over in the Alabama side, but I'm really not so sure if the Georgia folks are going to get as much as they want today. Now, they did just issue a severe thunderstorm watch out that just came in right now. Let's go and kind of highlight this for you real quick. So let me get this out for you real quick. I didn't turn it on, but I'll fix that in like 2 seconds. So just bear with me for a second while I get this turned on. And there goes the watches. So notice the watch box is coming basically right up to Interstate 20, which is exactly where I was talking about this morning, is I didn't think it would go above Interstate 20. And the reason why is we've got the cold air wedge in place, okay? And what that is you get a cold air, this cool air that kind of comes into northeast Georgia like this, that easterly wind comes through there, and it's very stable. So those thunderstorms try to run into that milder air, that stable air, and it's like a force field. So I really think North Georgia is going to be okay. Now, down south of Metro Atlanta, into central Georgia, and down toward Alabama, that's a different story. So we're going to be watching that closely here. I'm probably going to go ahead and get this in. Thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. I appreciate that. I can use every bit I can get here. I like to get to 10,000 eventually. I like to get to 10,000 here eventually some year. But I really think this is going to be something that will be isolated. We're going to watch the line, though, pretty good here. Let me go back over to here. We got a new warning just came out here in Georgia, so let's go back over here to Georgia here. And I do need to turn my alert system on because I can't hear a damn thing. Here we go. I got a new warning here for Georgia, so let's go ahead and talk about this. We got a severe thunderstorm warning here for southern Haralson, Carroll, southeastern Douglas, Heard County, northwestern Troup, and western Coweta. Goes till 2:45. Severe thunderstorm was located along the line extending from near Edwardsville to near Morrison Crossroads, moving east at 45. So let me go ahead, and since I started this early, because I was a dummy with doing the math in my head this morning, like a dummy, because I was, getting over the weekend blues, that kind of thing. So let me grab this stream, and I need to go ahead and put it over on Facebook and get these guys, start driving some folks from Facebook. So just bear with me for one quick second while I go ahead and grab this real quick and get this thing going. for you. Hope you guys having a good. Hope everybody had a great weekend. By the way, really, I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend, and you were good with your families, and everybody's. You had a good time with your folks. So any kind of thing you're doing. Obviously, we're remembering yesterday being the Memorial Day for those who've fallen for our country, and of course, I served a lot of terms overseas. So definitely, it's special to me too. Very, very special. So. All right, here we go. Let's go over here to Facebook real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up on both my platforms over here. So what I'm going to do here is I got to do this first. So like I said, bear with me, guys, while we're doing this housekeeping stuff real quick. Oh, it's not there. Hold on a second. Okay. It's kind of interesting. You want to do a red thing here on Facebook, you got to put it on your phone first, which gives you a nice little red background, or kind of background. Then you got to put in your thing here below. So it is what it is. It's okay. Boom. Hey Tyler, good to see you, brother. I'm glad to let you know that chat is working. That chat is working. So I just put that over there. Now I got to do the same thing over on my other channel, and we'll be good to go, guys. And here. Tracking the storms on link below. I've been having some issues with trying to simulcast for some dumb reason. I'm not sure why. I'm guessing it has to do with my issues that I've been having over and over again with
severe thunderstorm has been updated.
With Facebook, most likely. So, just kind of keep doing what? Now that didn't go. Oh, well, first of all, hit the post button. That's why. Now it goes. There she goes. Hold on one second. All right, now I'm officially done. I just wanted to make sure that the folks in the Columbus market and in North Georgia had the links on Facebook. So we're all ready to rock and roll here, guys. All right. Not the best severe weather days, compared to what we've been having over the weekend. Now, I'm telling you, the folks out in Texas, they're going to be looking at some big hail out there again, probably coming in for tonight. Let's go back over here to Radar Omega here again, and let's check and see. We've got a pretty good line here. You got some pretty good gusty winds. Look at that stuff that's kind of forming out ahead of this stuff. And typically when you get that consolidation of forces there, they can kind of augment the storms. Hey, make sure you guys hit that like button if you can. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You guys know the drill. You got to feed the beast, as we say here on the channel here. So help us out here as best you can here and get that stuff going. Make sure, is this my stream? Yep, I got to get my stream over here so I can pay attention. Got to do the normal stuff, man. But for those who are going to be watching from North Georgia, and thank you for that new subscriber again, man. Every step we get closer to 10,000. We're going to get there by October 1st. I promise you, we're going to get there. I appreciate you guys checking us out. Let's go over here to, again, the stream line goes all the way down. You see the line going all the way back here into Tallapoosa County, going back into Montgomery. And again, looks like as far as those down in the Columbus area, you're probably another hour or so away before this kind of gets into there. But the northern part of this line going in here. But the big thing is, man, the temperatures up here in North Georgia are much, much cooler. They really are. I want to illustrate this. Let me go over to this map here again. And I'm going to go in a little bit tighter so you guys can see this. Again, you see the temperatures down here. Look where the watch box is in the 80s. Temperatures like Columbus is at 83 degrees. 87 down in Eufaula. It's 61 over in Winder, over in Athens, 59 in Toccoa, 64 in Atlanta. So you got this nice cool wedge. It literally acts as a force field. And and the fact that the stationary boundary is being showed all the way over to the Alabama line, which is where I didn't think it would be. I thought it would be like over here, kind of northwest section. That was the one section I was concerned about. But that's why this watch box only comes up to Interstate 20, which is where I was thinking this morning. And I noticed at the Weather Service this morning, they had painted the area saying, well, probably less likely for this area. I think it goes to the fact that the folks at the Storms Prediction Center don't really understand the micro forecasms of the, if that's a word, of the of forecasting for North Georgia, because when we get these wedges, man, they are storm destroyers, and they really are. But here's the thing, guys. We got this thing of weather coming in tonight. We got some more thunderstorms I think will come in for tonight. We got a couple more days of some weather coming in, and then we're going to see things begin to settle on down. But you guys down here in Columbus area, y'all watching from over there, y'all going to get some pretty gusty winds, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And we got to watch the stuff out ahead of this stuff. Although the tornado risk is fairly low, it's not zero. Okay, we do have that for today. In fact, let me go show you that real quick here. Let me switch over to that, and I'll pull that graphic up. So we do have a tornado risk. It's pretty low, but it's there. So just want to make sure people keep that in mind. So let me get that up. There it is right there. So you got that green area. You can see the green zone here. Again, a lot of this area going up to near Metro Atlanta, you're still looking at that 2% risk. So we do have that severe thunderstorm watch, but a very low risk for possible tornadoes. So, but what I watch for is how the squall line interacts with anything that comes up along with it. So when the squall line interacts with any kind of showers out in front of it, that sometimes can get you a spin up and stuff and everything. So, hey, we got got you guys on the South Metro. You're kind of far enough from the wedge. You got to watch it closely. We'll see how it goes, but I think you're going to be okay down there. I'll be more concerned further south, wherever the warmer temperatures are, because the warmer the weather, the more buoyant the air, the more support it is for those thunderstorms as that line gets closer. So let me switch back over to Radar Mega here again. We'll go back over here, and we'll go ahead and talk to these guys. But again, it looks like the line's just gone through the Montgomery area, so that's looking pretty good. Auburn Opelika is next. You see these little showers out ahead of these? You see these little things like here, like an Enterprise? Anything that's streaming out ahead of this line that merges into the line. You also see a little bit of outflow boundaries here. I just noticed that. So you got a good outflow boundary right through there. See that little line right there? That's some gusty winds right there. So any interaction with any of these storms in this area, that can cause some problems. So Opelika, Auburn, you guys are going to get hit pretty good here in within the next hour. Then getting into Columbus. So these storms are moving off to the east at about 40 miles per hour or so. And you guys got this big old warning box here, again, for the counties here in Georgia. This is, of course, Haralson, Carroll, Douglas, Heard, and Northwestern Troop, and Northwestern Coweta goes till 2:45. So, again, these storms are moving east at 45. So 40, 45 miles per hour. And we can do a dual distance here. If anybody's watching there on the Columbus side here, watch this. This is approximately 65 miles. So do the math. About an hour and a half, right? About an hour and a half before it kind of gets there. So it's 216. So about 345-ish, somewhere in there. I should be moving into the Columbus area, but you may get some stuff out ahead of you. You notice you got some showers here in Russell County, southern Lee County coming in. Oh, we got a new warning here. Let's go take a look at this one. Just came out here in southern Alabama. Obviously, the warm air is very juicy in this port. So this is up into the Greenville area. This is for east central Butler and central Crenshaw. Goes until 2 o'clock. Storms are moving east down here in the southern part of the line at 55 miles per hour. So it's a little bit quicker down here than the northern part. So that's going to be coming into Troy here pretty soon. But some very gusty winds, obviously heavy rains, a lot of lightning there along Interstate 65 right now,
has been issued,
which I was driving back from yesterday, and was a little bit of stop and go traffic here and there. Hey guys, make sure you hit that like button if you can. You got to help the YouTube algorithm. If you have not subscribed to the channel, help us out. Help us make that push to 10,000. We're going to try to get to 10,000 by 1 October, and we'll get there one subscriber at a time. So help us out there. Hit that subscribe button there, and I do appreciate y'all help supporting the channel. All right, so we're getting the storms here, getting ready to come out across the Alabama state line and coming into the north. Now, you guys up here in northern Georgia, you're going to get some rain. You're going to get a little lightning, a little thunder. But, again, I'm just not expecting any of the real rough, severe weather up that way. Again, I think Interstate 20, and that was the line I was kind of indicating this morning on my morning update. I think that's probably where our best line is going to be. But you might still see some gusty winds, some heavy rains, obviously. And this is going to linger into the evening, into late afternoon hours. So rush hour might be a little bit problematic, a little bit across North Georgia. So, but you see all this lightning going all the way down.
Information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
And they just updated this one here in Douglas and Carroll. So let's see what they did here. Severe thunderstorm remains in effect until 2:45. Severe thunderstorm line was near the I-20 Welcome Center to near Graham, to near Big Springs, to near DeKirk, moving east at 45. So the people in the path of this include LaGrange, Carrollton, Franklin, Villa Rica, talking about Mount Zion, Corinth, Plant Yates, Fairplay, Clem, Abilene. All those are in the path of that said storm right there. So we'll see how that goes for right now. I want to take a look at something here on the Storm Prediction Center. So stand by for a second while I take a look at this. And I want to read. I'm checking on the watch box. See what the discussion was on this watch. So just stand by for a minute. Here she blows, and make sure it's not saying anything that I'm not saying anything else. So about what I'm expecting: 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail, quarter-size hail, possible tornado too, which we already discussed. Kind of a low end. All right. And the current watch box, by the way, goes till 9 o'clock. Now, as the storms progress from west to east, they'll be cutting those counties back a little bit. So you know that's going to happen as the storms go off to the west east. So all those pink zones there will be trimmed away from Alabama as that line gets moves further and further off to the east. Let me pull back out here so this thing will update. Sometimes it gets a little stuck. Got to get a little help. There we go. So again, notice all the watches boxes are south of Interstate 20. Look how cool it is up here. Look at Canton's at 60, 65 in Blairsville, 58 up there in Commerce, 59 there in Gainesville, 60 over in Winder. So a very textbook wedge here for today. When I was doing my forecast this morning, I said, yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a stretch for us to even get up in the mid 60s today. But I kind of just stuck with guidance and went, yeah, we'll see. You know, I know it was going to probably be below that, but it is what it is. But look at this. Look at the south of the boundary. Look, it's 70 degrees in Peachtree City, but 80 degrees down here in LaGrange. So just kind of get an idea. Warner Robins is at 80, but Milledgeville is at 70. So again, right along that boundary, the heaviest thunderstorms are going to be down to the south. Always wondered about that when I get a subscriber and then somebody unsubscribes. I guess I pissed somebody off. I don't know. Maybe I'm just full of crap, right? Anyway, let's take a look here. That actually looks better from the Peachtree City light radar. I think that looks a little bit sharper. Keep that going there. All right. If anybody's got any questions, if you got anything you'd like to know about or anything else. Now, the good news is we're going to be seeing the next couple of days, I think things will begin to settle down a little bit. And then we're going to be seeing a bit of a pattern shift taking place next week. We're going to see things get a little more active. And then I got to really start paying attention to the tropics a little bit. The American GFS model was trying to kick up something kind of long range. But there you go. Get that subscriber back. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Don't play with my feelings, man. I get hurt easily. But we got a lot to really pay attention to, especially as we go into going into the hurricane season. Now, what's been very interesting so far this month, and thank you, yeah, you guys keep those subscribers going. I really appreciate it, man. Y'all make me happy when y'all do that. Is the fact that the month here across the south has been very wet. The Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, whatever you prefer it, has been very, very warm. It's been very warm down there. And as a result, the available moisture content has been a little higher than normal. So like Metro Atlanta, I think, has had almost 6.5 inches of rain so far for the month of May. Very high, above normal. And a lot of the south have seen that. Some of the western parts of states have seen 10 inches of rain. So I think that's going to be something that's going to continue. I think as we get toward the middle of the month of June, things are going to really start to pick up again very quickly as we kind of watch what happens, especially out in the tropics. That's going to be the big thing. Oh, let me share this with you guys. Just wanted to share this on my Facebook page, our main Facebook, my North Georgia First Alert Facebook page, by the way, which I wanted to pull up real quick. So hold on, bear with me for a second. It officially should go over 10,000 sometime this afternoon. We're at 9,987. So we're officially going to pass our 10,000 on the Facebook. So that's a nice little thing. And now we get to YouTube to get closer to 10,000 by 1 October, which is my goal. And why did I say 1 October? Because that's when the channel is 2 years old. So I figured, yeah, it's a good goal to go for. We'll go for 10,000 by that time. Let's go check out this camera. There's a camera down here. Let's see if this camera is picking up any activity down here. See if that's got a cam. Nope, no, that's just a data. Oh well, rats. Sometimes these are data stations and sometimes they're cameras. So just wanted to check. I do have a few cameras that we are kind of watching here on the quad here. Going to be watching Auburn. You see the skies there in Auburn getting a little bit dark right now. Oh, here another warning just came out. Where's that one? All right, let's go back here to Winter Omega. Heard the alert tone there. Where are we at? Yeah, only actions here is in Alabama, Georgia. Where is that new warning? Come on. There. Oh, tornado warning. We were just talking about this. Got a tornado warning here on the ground. Got a tornado warning. So let's talk about the radar indicated. This is for southwestern Carroll County. Goes until 3 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Graham, or 13 miles southwest of Carrollton, moving east at 35. Let's go ahead and take a look at the velocity build. Let's go ahead and do a little dissection here. Now this is pretty routine. What happens is you'll get a kind of a bow echo, and sometimes you'll get a spin up right along the boundary. So we're getting a little bit of that in here. Seeing the indications of some of the winds in here. Let's take a look here. 68 mile per hour winds. I'm not seeing that classic red on green. Let me look at the storm relative velocity here. It's definitely snaking. And whenever you see it, whenever you see a squall line, you see something that starts to snake like that, that's where we look for potential spin-ups along the line. Now, typically when it comes to a squall line of thunderstorms, any kind of tornado typically is short-lived, and they're on the low end of the spectrum. So we're talking EF zeros for the most part. And judging what I'm seeing here, that's what I would probably support. But there's clearly, you see that snake feature. That's why I always like to pull those out when we're talking about the squall lines. That's what you look for. And the other thing I want to point out is, again, what I was just mentioning before, talking about activity that was forming out ahead of the main squall line. See how it kind of merged together there? See it? Right through there? That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying a squall line and watching activity out in front of it, because you can get the spin-ups, the brief tornadoes to form in those areas. That's why the storm prediction write-up for their watch mentioned a potential isolated tornado or two. That's very feasible that we might see that here for this afternoon. So we'll see this line. Now what's interesting is that this is riding along the boundary as well. Keep in mind where that stationary front was sitting at here. Okay, notice that where that boundary is right through there? That boundary can act as a little bit of additional spin mechanism. So it's not really that ironic that warning spun up right exactly where that boundary was. That does not blow my mind that happened right there. So, oops, get off that real quick. Sorry, I'm not using any of the chaser stuff today. So, thus I'm not using my wall, because I need to make another wall version that doesn't include the storm chasers when we're not using them. Hey, again, appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Again, we're watching a line of severe weather coming into Atlanta here pretty soon, and then eventually getting down to the Columbus area. If you have not subscribed to the channel, what you waiting for? Help us get that counter going in the right direction. Make sure you give us a like. That's what the YouTube algorithm likes for us to feed it. Now, I know the big boys are not broadcasting. They usually just ignore Georgia and Alabama. Don't ask me why. They typically do. Not bad enough for them to kind of get onto this. So, but anyway, we'll continue to monitor this. And again, this is stuff down here to the south. Got to watch that closely. But the storms are going up here across east central Alabama and coming into North Georgia. And again, I think most of North Georgia is going to be all right. You're going to see some heavy rains, some brief gusty winds, but I don't think you're going to get the severe threat there. Anyway, all right, let's go back over here to, I want to go get closer on this once again. Let's go in real close. Let's look at the velocity once again. And we're going to kind of spin this up here. Got to kind of rotate this thing here. Let's go ahead and lapse this a little bit. Yeah. See the stuff coming from the south, paralleling it, and then it kind of merges? Yeah, that's exactly where I would look. It's not a textbook one. It's definitely very snaky looking. And definitely radar indicated, so I don't think we got a tornado on the ground, but you're going to see some very gusty winds, 60 to 70 mile per hour range, I think, into the zone. So coming into Victory, over just gone through the Bucktown area, And it looks like Chapel Hill Heights, Carrollton needs to watch out for this. This is going to get very close to the Carrollton area here. And Chapel Hill is Oak Grove. So got to be very careful in there. Julie, I would say probably about a little over an hour and 15 minutes. That's what I'm thinking there for you guys. There you go. You are up there. You go. So about an hour and 15 minutes. So watch out for that there. Canton. Okay, now you guys in Canton, again, you're north of the warm front. One thing I've been kind of showing to everybody is the fact that the current watches right now are basically Interstate 20 and southward. This is what I was talking about on my update here this morning, was the fact that we've got this warm front in place here. Let me pull this back out here real quick. And we've got this, basically, I like to call it the North Georgia force shield. It happens a lot where we get a wedge in place, and these thunderstorms are being fueled by warm, moist air. But they run into that temperatures in the 60s. That's kind of a cool, stable air, and the storms weaken. It does. You still get rain because that warm, moist air kind of goes over that cool air at the surface and kind of squeezes out. You still might get some decent rains and stuff in there, maybe some brief gusty winds. But I think Canton's going to be okay for you guys. You kind of look at Canton right now. You're seeing there. Let's see what temperature in Canton is right now. You're sitting at 60 degrees up at Ball Ground. So look, you're very, very stable, obviously, as compared to, say, 82 degrees down in LaGrange. So let's go ahead and pull this back out. We've got a new warning here. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning here. This is on the northern part of that line. Let's go ahead and pull this out. And again, this is right along that boundary. So let's go talk about this. Let's pull this back out. It'll be, oops, I get that on the right one here. That's the northern part of this. Yeah, Carrollton, I think, I don't know. That's going to be a little, that's going to be, I think it's going to stay to your south. I really do. Anyway, here's the new warning here. This is for southwestern Paulding, Harrison County, north central Carroll, southeastern Floyd, and Polk County. It goes till 3:15. Severe thunderstorm was located along the line extending from near Etna and moving east at 30 miles per hour.
A new severe thunderstorm.
So we got to watch this. So this means, boy, Canton, man, I don't know. 60 degrees, that's awfully doggone cool. Again, I've seen these storms time and time again. They move in that way, and then they hit that cool air, and they lose a little bit of their dump. But look how close that is to that warning right there. So Cartersville, Dallas, Kennesaw, I think, Douglasville, these three down here. But I just don't know if it's going to be that far north. We'll have to watch that close there, Julie. Oh, that's Magic. I'm sorry. Julie was in Columbus. My bad. Sorry about that. But we'll watch it very closely. Again, I want to thank everybody for checking out our live coverage here this afternoon. Again, you guys help us out here. We're adding some new subscribers here. We're going to try to get to 75. Let's get to 7,500 today. That's a good goal, I think, for our little broadcast here today. Help us out. We're going to try to get to 2,000 or by 10,000 by October. So, when we have these little weather events like these that come up, it's our best opportunity, our best chances to help kind of grow the channel. Because the better we grow the channel, the better our services can be for you guys. You get something out of it, believe it or not. Better opportunities to get sponsors and advertisers and money that it can generate to put back in the product. It all works out best for you guys. All right. Hey, Brian, good to see you back in here. How's it going? I was just mentioning earlier here, Brian, that we had a classic setup where we had this tornado warning get instigated with basically the squall line merging with some of this activity out ahead of it, and give us a brief little spin up here. Again, I think anything tornadic that does spin up today is going to be on the low end of the scale, EF0, EF1 at most. That's basically going over 90 miles an hour, but should be 60, 70 mile per hour, I think, on the low end. But again, you get one of these weak tornadoes hit your house, it could cause some damage to your roof and stuff like that. I know trash day was for a lot of folks on Monday, so if your trash cans have already been taken up, do me a favor, go bring that stuff inside, and get, especially if you're on South Metro, Interstate 20 and southward. That is my main concern here. But again, you got this warning that's north of 20 that's showing up in here. So Roswell, Sandy Springs, Atlanta proper needs to be careful here. Yeah, Travis, I never sleep. You know how I am. I got to stay on top of this, man. So I was kind of, some of the guys were doing their wall-to-wall coverage over the weekend, but I was down in Florida. So, and originally this morning it looked like it was going to be like 3 o'clock. It looks like it's coming a little bit faster than what the high-res models were showing this morning. So this is coming in during, what would you call it, your peak heating. But again, it doesn't matter when we got a cool air wedge in place. But you guys down here in Columbus, again, you guys getting some of this light activity out ahead of there, getting these storms kind of moving into Tuskegee right now, coming down Interstate 85. Opelika and Auburn, y'all going to be seeing that activity here pretty soon. I think I got the Auburn cam. Where's the Auburn cam here? There's the Auburn cam. Look at the dark skies there in Auburn right now. So you see the showers and thunderstorms there just off to the west. Got a new warning here. We got another tornado warning, another spin up right along that boundary. Wow, this is pretty impressive to see this already. Got another warning. So again, right along those boundary where that stuff was merging together. So this is for south central Carroll County. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Tyrus and 11 miles southwest of Carrollton, moving east at 25.
A new radar indicated.
So again, this is again right along these little hitches. You got one right here, one right here. There's update. You got the little hitch right there, another hitch right there. All right. So again, these are weak tornadoes. They're not big ones, but again, one of these things hits your home, you're going to feel it and you're going to hear it. That's for sure. Oh, Travis, that's okay, man. I appreciate you handling the weather report there for me. Travis, by the way, for you guys who don't know, that's 389 country up there in western North Carolina. I do a daily weather forecast for those guys, and I was out for the holiday, so he was covering down for me. So thank you, Travis. Appreciate that. But yeah, you see that spin up there, Brian. Both of these, again, both of them are fairly weak. You got two little spin ups here, one here, one here. And it basically is from where the activity that was out ahead of that main squall line merged in with that line. That's where you get those weak spin-ups.
New information. This tornado warning has been updated.
All right, they just clipped this one back here a little bit. Let's see what they said here. That was a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go back over this one. There we go. See what it says here. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Tyrus or near Carrollton, moving east at 35. So let's hope this doesn't cause any problems into Carrollton. You see it. You see they're going into the city of Carrollton. So again, some very heavy rains. Obviously, getting some little lightning in there.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated. So
they're watching that whole line going all the way from Cedartown to Bremen, down to Carrollton, down to Franklin, and getting close to LaGrange here. Again, I appreciate everybody checking out our coverage here. Is watching this line of severe thunderstorms moving into Georgia at the moment. And coming into Alabama, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch. It goes up until, what was it? I just brain dumped it. My brain just went, what time was that going to? Hey, here it is. It was going until 9 o'clock, which is not going to go that late, by the way. It'll be trimmed away. If you can do me a favor before you leave the broadcast, please give us a thumbs up if you can. It helps the YouTube algorithm out. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you can. And help us see if we can close in on 7,500 today. Yeah, I don't see much there either. Again, anything that's going to spin up, they're going to be weak and they're going to be short-lived. That's about what I would expect in a situation like this. Now, you folks down, just as we saw up here in the northern part of this line, you folks down here in Columbus and down here across southeast Alabama, any of the activity that forms out ahead of this that merges into that squall line will have to be watched for the same opportunity for potential spin-ups or potential tornadoes. I think the spin-up here to the north was augmented for the fact that we do have that stationary boundary in the vicinity. I've seen that time and time again with warm fronts and with stationary boundaries to help with the additional spin because the air is going easterly and it's coming from the south on the southern of the front, but coming from the east just a little bit to the north. So as that line's kind of crossing into it, it really helps with the spin there. So not unusual to see that. I will say this line of storms heading out to Hartsville, Jackson. I know a lot of folks traveling and stuff, obviously coming out of the holiday. Maybe they come back a little bit late. Might be seeing a ground stop program there at Atlanta, Hartsville, Jackson. So just folks keep that in mind. Seeing some more activity here starting to form here across areas of Meriwether County and heading back over toward Troup County here. Again, the air mass is much buoyant down here. It's sitting in temperatures down here are sitting in the 80s. So just a real little crazy stuff going on right there. Let me answer this text real quick. Demercy, I gotta fill this job real quick. Some of it. All right, hey, I filled a job. I gotta fill. That makes me feel good. All right, hey, look at us. Candace, Marshall. All right, I filled a job. Makes me feel good there. That's my other little business I do on the side. My wife was a dental hygienist, so we have a little dental company we run. But hopefully this job here becomes my main job because that one's kind of dying, and I prefer doing this. This is what I love to do. So keeping you guys safe, keeping you guys ahead of the storm, and not being over the top with it as well. I swear, I was watching some of the broadcasts over the weekend. I just can't watch them. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. They're just so over the top, some of these guys. Some of the storm chasers especially. Oh, my Lord. Man, you want to talk about adrenaline junkies. Wow. I just can't do it. But anyway, we're having a good broadcast here today. Up to 23 likes. Let's keep those likes going if you can. I appreciate you guys. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, do that, please. All right, let's go down here and check out what's going on. So again, we're getting a little bit of radar attenuation here because the storms are sitting around on the East Alabama radar here near Tallahassee, just north of Tuskegee. So you kind of see that line there kind of updating here. So Columbus right now not looking too bad in that area, but as we were seeing there in the Auburn, it's getting darker and darker by the second there in Auburn. So we got some pretty good storms there getting ready to come onto the Auburn campus here pretty shortly. Now, down toward Mobile, not looking too bad. Oh, I want to point this out, guys. You see the ship down there in Mobile Bay? You see that? That's the USS United States. It was an old luxury liner, ocean liner from the 1940s, 50s, 60s. It's going to be the world's largest reef. They're in the process of stripping it, make sure it doesn't have any environmental concerns. But if you guys want to check out a tour, an old ocean liner before it becomes a reef, check that out. That's in Mobile Bay, by the way. So I just wanted to... That was one of the areas I was kind of watching today with the thunderstorms. Obviously, Dalton's looking pretty good. Dalton's getting some rain right now. Seeing the rain coming up there toward Dalton right now. And Austell, we'll have to watch Austell. Again, that's west of Atlanta, so we're going to watch that closely as it gets a little closer. Yeah, we're getting ready. Brian, if you didn't notice, we're going to be heading at the tropics are going to be getting into a negative mode here pretty soon, pretty early. So we'll see. But there's also a lot of Saharan dust out there too. So I think it's going to be conducive to see tropical development, especially in the Gulf and the closer area, your typical June locations. But with the Saharan dust, that's a little bit of a wild card. We got a lot of Saharan dust that's coming across from there right now. This is a pretty nasty line. Looks like the south part of Metro Atlanta is going to get hit pretty good here pretty soon. Hey, G-Bro from Michigan checking us out. Hey, good to see you there, my friend. Welcome back. Yeah, we're doing a little live coverage here this afternoon, doing a little bit of coverage here into my neck of the woods here in Georgia as we're kind of watching this squall line coming into the area. We've added, what do you add? Five new subscribers today. So, hey, every subscriber we get, I'm all for it. So the northern part of this line, you see how it's bowing right through there. That is where your strongest winds are going to be. There's probably a little upper level vortex kind of embedded in this. So it's kind of what we call a multicellular system where the storms kind of feed off each other. I don't know if this northern part of this is going to continue severe. I think the southern part of it will. Just eyeballing on the radar. So we'll have to watch it closely. Hey, Brian, last year that dust out there was just unbelievably bad. It was terrible.
Has been updated.
So it looks like they've updated the southern one here. Let's check out the southern storm here. They've got 19 minutes left on this one. This is for, the storm is located near Rutledge, 5 miles northwest of Laverne, moving east at 55. So that's getting near the Troy. Look at Troy's going to get pretty good. Union Springs are going to get hit pretty good here soon. Tuskegee's got it coming through there right now. Seeing some spotty showers here across Lee and Russell County a little bit. Coming up to Troup County, Meriwether County, going to get a few showers as well. It looks like that one warning has gone bye-bye, which was not honest. We're down to one tornado warning. They got rid of the other one. Again, this is radar indicated. This will be short-lived. I very seriously doubt that thing will be gone. Julie, I don't know this time. I think you're gonna get some pretty robust storms, I think, coming through there regardless. I don't think it's gonna go around you this time.
This tornado warning has been updated.
All right, they just dropped that other one. They come down on this. So again, you're seeing a lot of this, seeing the heavy storms down here across southern Alabama starting to increase a little bit. And again, they'll start tripping away the watch button. Yeah, we got to watch that one in Cartersville. That's going to be really close there, Dawson. Yeah, I got to watch that one up there, there in southeastern Floyd County. It is just a question. The air mass is very stable out ahead of you guys. It's just a question of I just don't. These storms should weaken. That's just everything I've seen. I see a little twin. The vortex was like spinning up here in their cave springs. I'm seeing a little spin here up there. Okay, that might give a little enough energy there to keep these storms going because you can see the spin right here. See that spin right there? That's a little upper level vortex, a little disturbance that's kind of helping to fire up the storms. So we'll see if that continues into Cartersville or getting into the Canton area. I think the southern part of this line looks healthier to me, where if I was going to draw a line from Interstate 20 over to Atlanta, I think these warnings will continue. I just don't know about the northern part of that line just yet. Again, hey, I appreciate everybody checking out our channel, our broadcast here from the North Georgia First Alert Weather Center here on the Weather Nerds YouTube channel. That's my national platform, but we can't broadcast on Facebook just yet, not till June 8th. So I decided just to do the streaming from over here. If you are new to the channel, please do me the honor and the privilege, if you could. You got a YouTube account, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you can. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Go ahead and hit that like button as well. And if you got a question, if you're in the path of these storms, you want to know anything, again, just go ahead and put a comment down there, and I can bring it up. Like Bill here. Will I get an alarm when the computer is off? I don't know. There's a new warning box that just came out. Here, that one just happened. Oh, I need to undo my mute button there. But yeah, there's our new warning here. Just came out. This one is for southeastern Paulding, southeastern Haralson, Carroll County, Douglas County, Heard County, western Coweta, southeastern Fulton. Goes till 3:30. Severe thunderstorm is located on a line extending from near Bremen to Carrollton and moving east at 25. So that is our new box there. I heard another alert tone. No one come out. I've got one down here to the south. So down here in Alabama. Let's look at this one down here. Switch radars here. This one is for southeastern Crenshaw County. Goes until 2:30. Storm was moving about 4 miles southwest of Laverne, moving southeast at 30. 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. So we got a very large box. That's a pretty large severe thunderstorm warning. Again, right where that line is bowing out, that's where the most intense winds are going to be. So everybody out ahead of this thing. So Douglasville, kind of getting here, go Whitesburg, Fairplay, Chattahoochee Hills, eventually getting into Noonan. And we got to watch along these boundaries because, again, anywhere along this boundary,
thunderstorm warning has been issued.
see this stuff here out ahead of this? See these little storms and stuff? If that cell catches up with these storms, that's where we can get spin-ups. And thank you for that subscriber, whoever that latest subscriber was. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, again, we got to watch very closely. Any interaction with anything along that boundary and anything that spins up out ahead of it, that could be a potential weak tornado to spin up. Now, right now, we don't. The other tornado warnings have gone. They've gone bye-bye, which is good. But I'm not convinced we're not done with that. We still may get some additional ones. That coupled with the fact that we've got a stationary front boundary in the area to interact with these with the storms as well. Hey, Dallas, Georgia in the house. Good to see you there. Yeah, you guys got those storms knocking on your front door there in Dallas. You got Douglasville and area up in here. You got up here in Hiram and all this area here. Villarica. It's got the storms knocking on their front door as well. There's Dallas. You got storms knocking in there up there in Paulding County. So it looks like, but I noticed the new warning did not go that far north. And again, that's what I was noticing on the reflectivities with the northern part of the storm. It's just not quite as pronounced as the southern part. Again, we've got that wedge in place. That's our force field here across North Georgia. It's going to weaken these storms. So that's why the watch box basically is from Interstate 20 south. Bill, you're a star member there, brother. You got that star next to you. You are already a subscriber, and you're also one of our subscribers there. So you're a star member, man. I appreciate you just helping to support the channel there, Bill. Thanks a lot. Or you're that Brick Tamlin level. those little subscribers. And I really need to start doing some stuff for you guys special on the side. I was waiting to get a few more on there and start doing some individual special ones for you guys. we're kind of be a little more casual talks, just specifically for you guys. But that's a pretty nasty part of this this line. Nice little bow echo here, kind of curvating right into Southern Metro. So you guys up there, watching from up there, Telquel, Bryant, if you're still watching, it's coming into your neck of the woods. I know you're down here, so that's the most intense part of that line coming your way. So please, if you're out ahead of the storm, if you're in Metro Atlanta and southward into these areas, even down into Columbus, please take the measures now before the storms get there to secure your property. That means maybe you were barbecuing over the weekend and you got that big umbrella up in your backyard. You want to bring that thing down, or you may find it in your neighbor's yard. Or if you got trash cans that have been picked up by the trash man, bring those things back in so they don't get blown out in the street. Do the little things, All right, here, looking at the ear. Ash asking about Henry County. Well, Henry County, you guys are in the southern part of this line, and you're also in the watch area. So, again, you guys are going to see 60-mile-per-hour winds down in Henry County. This is probably the strongest part of this line, at least looking at it, coming your way. So please just watch out for this if it comes through. Yeah, in Cornelia. Yeah, you're down to the south there, Bill. You're okay. You got a little while before it gets down to Cornelia. I don't think it'll be much. Should be too bad for you there later. Again, here is the current watches and warnings. Is that going to come up? Hold on a second. Let me refresh this. For some reason, that did not come up. There it goes. Just had to get a little refresh here. Keep it on refresh. There we go. So there's your current watches there across southern Alabama and South Georgia. We've had some flash flood watches there across portions of Alabama. They've had a lot of heavy rains there over the last day or so. So that's been a bit of a problem for those guys. That seems about right, Travis. The unofficial bird of Georgia is the flying trampoline. Yeah, I can see that. Let's go back into the radar real quick. Again, going back over here. And these storms here coming up through Auburn here and the Lee County and Russell County are starting to increase in intensity. That has me a little concerned. You got the squall line coming in. It's going to merge in with this stuff. So you got to watch this very carefully here as this comes on in. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it's going to be up toward the south. You'll get some gusty winds there in Dallas, but I don't think some brief heavy rain, maybe a little thunder and lightning. But I think the heaviest stuff is going to stay to your south because the temperatures up there just are so cool right now with the instability being the strongest in the south. Again, I want to show this to you again. It just really illustrates the point so well. As you're kind of looking again, there's our watches. You see the pink boxes there. Now Dallas is up here to the north. You're sitting there in the 60s. Okay, you're sitting up there in the 60s, and south of this front, you're sitting in the low 80s. So again, thunderstorms like fuel. They like octane. They like warm air. They don't like the cool air. They don't like that too much. So again, there's a little bit of additional dynamics because that's where the upper little vortex is sitting there. That's helping to kind of drive these storms as moving west to east. But again, these storms are moving into a more stable air mass right along the periphery there. And the stationary boundary is not lifting north as a warm front. So again, as these things push off to the east, they should lose a little bit of their kick. Oh yeah, Nate, that's not too bad for you guys up there. Nope. But there's our current watches here now. As these storms go by, they'll start trimming away these counties here just a little at a time as they move in from west to east. Let me look here at the take you back over to Radar Omega here real quick. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Go over here. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I want to look and see I want to see if the high resolution model's got a new update here real quick. Yeah, I will say the high resolution model was a little slow, just a little slow with this. They're probably off by about an hour, I would say, based off what I was seeing this morning. Let's see, the 17Z, is that finished? Yeah, it's finished. All right, so there it goes. So I want to show you this as we've got a couple rounds of rain coming at us here. And thank you for that new subscriber. Y'all keep that subscribe button going, my friends. Absolutely. And make sure you keep hitting the likes too. You got to feed that beast called the YouTube algorithm. All right, so I want to go ahead and show you this. Let's go ahead and show you the model data here, what y'all can expect weather-wise here, all right? Let's go look at the models. And oops, let me get this up for you real quick. Got to close this. Hold on one second. I forgot I closed this down. I have to open it back up, but I can get this going here in just 2 seconds. Hold on a second. Well, hold on to that thought. Let's go back over to the radar real quick. Got a new warning here. Let's go move this back over here. And this is down here in the south. So this is the southern part of this line. Again, we're getting that merging madness, that merging activity. So this is for Pike County. It goes till 3 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm located along a line extending from 6 miles north of Troy Municipal Airport to near Brantley, moving east at 40. So that is these storms here. Again, this is coming up from the south. So you guys in Columbus, again, you got to watch this stuff. You get this stuff is flaring out ahead of it, and this line is pushing into it. So you guys here in Columbus, Muskogee County, going up to Harris County, again, Lee County, as this stuff starts to merge, we may see a spike in activity along this line going down here toward Troy. So be watchful of that. And this stuff's getting closer and closer to Metro Atlanta here pretty soon. I'm going to say that Hartsville-Jackson is probably going to see a ground stop with these kind of heavy rains coming into that area. I could see that coming. Good to see you, Eric. Good to see you there coming in from Columbus. Good to see you. So let's go back to the, I want to go back to the model data here. I want to show you what to expect here. We got a couple of rounds of rain here for tonight, guys. All right, so let's go talk about this. So again, here's our current situation. See the storm's kind of coming on. Let me zoom in a little bit closer, just a little closer here. There we go. All right, so you see these kind of come on through. You see the heavy storms coming on through. Again, this is a little slow. I think this still is not rendered up properly as far as speed. But it is showing another line of showers and storms here coming out of Alabama, coming in for tonight. Now, I don't expect these to be severe, but we got more rains that are be coming in through the overnight hours. Once again, we've been getting these rains at night across Georgia quite a bit here lately. We got another line, but I do not anticipate this stuff here coming into Metro Atlanta here at 4 o'clock in the morning and stuff to be severe as this comes on through. Looks like Columbus gets a glancing blow at 3 in the morning from that little disturbance moving on through, and that pushes off toward the east. And then for tomorrow, as far as tomorrow's concerned, it looks like just kind of scattered stuff. Just very, very spotty scattered stuff here. Looks like we don't get anything kind of organized. A little something down along the Gulf Coast going to say, but like tomorrow looks like definitely a little more scattered variety of stuff. So we just got to get through today. I think today is definitely our best chance of seeing stuff. Carrollton. All right, let's go look at Carrollton right now. There, Kyle Snyder checking us in there. Let's go check this out. Let's go over to Radar Mega here. And it looks like Carrollton, the worst has gone through your area right now. So y'all had a tornado warning earlier. There was some brief spin-ups where a couple of merging madness was going through. So looks like the worst of it's coming on through you right now and has already gone through heading over toward Frere Place. So Carrollton, I think you guys are looking okay. Looking a lot better right now. That's what you call personalized service, don't you think? Sit there and give you some one-on-one attention. Yeah, you still probably got about another hour for your area, maybe a little less, but because it's moving at about 45. And thank you for that new subscriber. I thank you again. All right, we've added 8 new subscribers today. That's a good thing. I like that. This channel has struggled so hard. We've been trying to get Happy to be Grandma's Creations. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's a great name. Well, thank you for being number 7464. Thank you for subscribing. Nate had a good Memorial Day. I did a lot of posting on my Facebook page remotely as best I could on my North Georgia page, but did a couple days at the beach, visited some time with my mom, and thank you for that new subscriber. Y'all keep that thing going, man. But I had a good day with the family down there. Yeah, we don't worry about rainfall deficit anymore. Like I was mentioning earlier, Atlanta had over 6 inches of rain so far this month. So, and Columbus which was in a deficit, no longer not anymore. But this is starting to concern me. Just kind of watching this stuff here. See these little cells? They're firing up out ahead of that main line. Got to watch that closely, guys. That's how things really get going. And I would not surprise to see any of these kind of pulse up to severe, especially as the squall line merges with this activity out ahead of it. Gotta watch that very closally. Obviously, this is a very impressive squall line here. It's coming in from the west here, coming into the southern part of heading down toward Coweta County. So Noonan's about ready to get hit. Tyrone, Peachtree, Fairburn, Union City, South Fulton. Eventually, we'll get into downtown Atlanta, but we're probably about within the hour, I think, be coming in there. Again, this is coming a little bit quicker than what was advertised here. Because I think this morning was kind of like 4 o'clock kind of into this position, and by 6 o'clock getting into downtown Atlanta. It's definitely just a little bit off, just a little quicker. It's amazing at the forward momentum or speed of a system if it can. Thank you for that subscriber, by the way. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, we have to take advantage of these broadcasts like these when the bigger channels are not broadcasting. So the YouTube algorithm is able to show us a little love when they're not broadcasting. So anything I can do to help be one of y'all's weather choices out there, please be an honor to be one of y'all's sources. Hey, you're in Chattanooga. How you doing? Well, thank you there. I appreciate you kind of watching. I cover the North Georgia area a lot. Obviously, my Weather Nerds channel is a national channel, so good to have you on board there. I actually freelanced in the Chattanooga market. Used to work up there. I forgot the name of the station. I'm getting old, but it's been a few years. But I love the Chattanooga area. In fact, let's go take a live look at the camera up that way here. Kind of seeing the skies up there in Chattanooga. Kind of cloudy, kind of rainy, kind of damp. But at least the severe weather is not knocking on your door there, at least this time around. You guys we were watching that severe weather the other last week when they had that tornado over there in Huntsville, but y'all had got some pretty good storms there last week. But nothing right now, just some plain old rain up that way. Jessica just subscribed. Well, thank you, Jessica. Thank you for being a new subscriber here. But for you there, happy to be grandma, you see these rains coming up in the Chattanooga. So you guys got some rains coming your way. Pretty good downpours, but again, no, this is not expected to be severe as it kind of comes up your way. Getting some pretty good rains up here into Lafayette and into Dalton and into Calhoun, seeing the rains there. Rome getting some heavy rains as well. And kind of a gloomy day. Yeah, that's how I would describe that. Here's our line coming in across the southern portion of this, and I think we're going to see some additional warnings come out here very shortly. Probably going to come into Metro Atlanta, Peachtree City. That line still looks pretty healthy to me. So we'll see another line. We'll see another warning get issued here pretty soon. Probably somewhere right about in here. I take a ballpark guess. Somewhere in there. This will be the next warning that'll be coming out. This will cover a lot of the south side. So Henry County will be into that. Spalding County will get into that. Obviously Fulton and DeKalb will probably get into that as well. So get ready. That new warning will be coming out here pretty shortly, as this line continues to bow out. That's where those winds are the greatest, as it kind of pushing on out there. But again, I'm watching this activity out ahead of that line. It really concerns me when I see that kind of individual showers or storms that flare out ahead of a squall line. Because when they merge their energies, we could get some additional stuff. And get some tornado spin-ups like we've already had. We've already had a couple of them here today. Let's go back over to the Auburn right. Auburn is kind of getting kind of damp there. Let's take a look at the Auburn sky there. Yep, starting to rain there in Auburn now. Getting some of the heavy rains coming into Auburn right now. Getting a little bit breezy. Notice the winds picking up there as well, coming in on the Auburn campus. Hey, Kim, good to see you. Welcome back. Yeah, I had 4 days off. I was down in Florida. I had a great Memorial Day weekend, visiting with my mom, and went to the beach for a couple days. So there was some active weather going on over the weekend. I was really antsy about it, but I was on vacation, just a little vacation. I don't know what I'm going to do. My wife and I are going to be taking a Alaskan cruise in September, and it's right smack in the middle of the hurricane season, peak of the hurricane season. But that was the only time we could go from her job, and just the season coming. It was the best time for us to go. So I will tell you this much: if we have stuff going on with hurricane season, I still have an internet connection and stuff. I will still do postings. I'll still do my discussions. I can do short little video updates. I can still do it, but I just won't be able to dedicate the time like I normally would. So, hey, what you got there, Brian? Hey, thank you for that endorsement. I appreciate that. It's great to kind of share the love and stuff. I just hope to get this. I want to get this channel up to be self-sufficient. I don't need to be like the two big channels. I don't need millions of subscribers. I don't need any of that. I just need to have a regular audience like you guys have. If we can get a couple hundred regular audience members, and that basically means us growing a channel to about, say, 20 or 30,000. You get a couple hundred out of that. I'm more than happy with that. That's all I need. I don't need to have a couple million followers and all that kind of stuff to be successful. Let's go back over here to the radar here. Again, very sharp line in here. This tells me this is a pretty good wall cloud if you're kind of looking that way. You know, let me see if I can. Well, that camera here, the one on the west side of Atlanta, should be able to pick this up pretty well. Let's see. Is it this one? That's Dalton. That's should be this one. There, the Austell. Yeah, there's the Austell camera. So the Austell camera's on the west side of Metro Atlanta. Notice it's starting to get a little dark there as well. So we'll keep coming back to the Austell camera as these storms get closer and closer to them. So it's one of those railroad cameras. God knows there's plenty of them out there to pick from. These were the cities I was kind of watching today. I put Mobile in there because I like that shot of that ship. But you see the storms there in Auburn right now. Dalton's got some rainfall in there as well. Austell is quiet for the moment. And there's some stormy skies down there in the Mobile area. But those are the 4 cameras that I chose here for today. Now, we have had some storm reports this morning. We did have some hail and stuff with some warning storms this morning, but we haven't had anything since. Had some 9 wind reports and stuff. So we'll see if things pick up a little more. It was a pretty busy. We had about 168 yesterday for the most part. Yep, that's for sure. I know a lot of folks depend on their weather radios. We were having it during the severe weather last week where Georgia radios were down. You couldn't use those things. Hopefully they'll be done with their updates here pretty soon. Oh, don't call me James Spann of North Georgia. You know, yeah. Let me just be the Greg Majeski of North Georgia. How about that? I'm not James Spann or Glenn Burns. Those guys who've been doing it for 30, 40 years in the same market, and really is kind of a blessing to see that. But that's a nice compliment. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate that. Oh, well, Auburn's getting a heavy rain coming into their area right now. That's what that's looking right now. Again, I'm still waiting to see if we're going to get a new warning on this. We'll look at the velocity on this again. We'll see what the winds are doing in here. Still look at, some pretty good winds coming into Noonan right now. Just kind of 45, 48. Not looking too bad. The winds died down along that boundary, which I said it's moved. The storms are moving along into a stabilizing air mass. So that could definitely be a bit of an inhibitor for these storms. But I'm waiting to see if they're going to put out another warning here out ahead of this or not. I think they will. The stuff down here to the south, these down here especially. Look at this stuff here. This stuff's really starting to get close. Down here in Troup County and Meriwether County, this stuff down here. This is probably gonna constitute a warning here pretty soon. This stuff's here starting to flare up, getting closer and closer, merging together. So Lee County, Russell County, getting awfully close to Columbus could also see some warnings here very soon as these activities start to merge their energies. And we're on the prime afternoon heating, folks. So temperatures well into the 80s. The air mass is pretty buoyant out there. So we might see some new warnings here pretty soon. Just waiting right now. I feel like I'm waiting for paint to dry, It's like, it's coming. It's coming. I decided to keep myself in yellow mode today just because I just don't think it's, really an over-the-top situation here. But again, just kind of show you an example for those who normally are normal viewers and stuff on here on the channel. We've been on here for, just over an hour. We've already had 600 views. And when the big boys are on and stuff, we don't get 600 views in a 4-hour broadcast sometimes. So it does show the difference that you can make. And I also getting a little help from Facebook, obviously, since I push some traffic that way. So it does help. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Brian. I think we get a little bit of a break here going into this weekend, but it looks like sometime around the 3rd or 4th, roughly, I think things will start to pick up there across the middle of the country, and we'll be doing stuff. I think the big thing, I don't know if you guys have seen this out there. Have you guys seen some of the hail that, like yesterday, they had almost 6-inch hail out in Texas? Very unusual. It's unusual to see it once, maybe twice, but we have seen this probably at least a half dozen times in the last 2 months in Texas, especially, where we have seen hailstorms that have been produced that have been very unusual. Now, I have my theories on why that is. I think it's unusually high water vapor content. I think the Gulf being warmer, a little more higher moisture content there, being there, but just very unusual to see that. I did post that on my Facebook page. If you go to the North Georgia First Alert weather page, you'll see it over there. There's a guy it was like 5.9 inches of hail, just unbelievably big size. I think they're going to see some more hail out in Texas again for those storms tonight. I don't know if they're going to be quite that big, but man, it's just crazy, unbelievably big. Let's see how much we got. We got 22 minutes on this warning. We got 52 on that one. So I'm just waiting for the new warning here. See what the Bartow camera here. Yeah, getting a little dark there. So we'll see some action there as well. Let's see what we're getting on. Let's see how close we are here on the Facebook page here. Just what's kind of tracking here. Got 11 more to go. Yeah, but Brian, my window, I would say, and thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you very much. Let's see if we get 33 more. 33 more subscribers. We can do it, man. Let's get to 7,500 on this broadcast. But Brian, we're talking about next week. I think the Southeast will start to heat up. For you guys in the South want to know where summer went or where it's been, it's coming. Alora Tidewell, thank you for being number 7467. Thank you for joining us. Let me get back to the radar here. Sorry about that. Got stuck there. But I really think that 3rd through the 6th weekend, and thank you for that new subscriber. We got another one in there. Awesome. Keep that going, man. It's so funny. When y'all hit those subscribe buttons, my concurrent viewer rate starts to go up. I mean, that's how the YouTube algorithm, that's the game. That's why I call it the YouTube algorithm game. The subscribes, the likes, and the comments. That's what drives the YouTube algorithm. You get those things going, you're a player. If you don't get those things going, you ain't a player, and it ain't gonna show you no love at all, which I friggin' hate it. My regular viewers will tell you how much I love asking people to do it. I hate it, but if you want to be a successful YouTube channel, you got to do it. I didn't make the rules. All right. I'm really getting concerned about down here in Lee County here. Let's go back to the Auburn camera real quick here. It's getting awfully dark and gloomy there. See the heavy rain there falling there a bit right now. And we got a new warning just came out. Oh, tornado warning. There you go. We were just talking about the whole emergent stuff. This is down near the south. This is getting near Peachtree City here, right along that squall line. Here we go. Northwestern Fayette County, northeastern Coweta County goes till 3:45. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Madras or over Noonan, moving east at 35. Let's go look at the velocity on this. We'll go ahead and dissect this and see what we got. Yeah, right along that boundary. Looks like a little bit of a notch there. Let's go back to storm relative velocity. Yeah, a little one. It's not very weak. It's pretty weak, but it is going through a populated area. There's Noonan here, right there. It's a weak one. And thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you. So we got a little weak spin up right into this zone. Again, we're talking EF0 level tornadoes here, guys. So what that means is what I'm thinking, 60 to 70 mile per hour range. Thank you for that new subscriber, man. You guys are making me feel very good. Thank you. Again, this is going to go by. This is pretty close to the Peachtree City radar, so they got the beam pretty low, and they can see we got some spin in there. New severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, look at this. The bigger one. They're going south on this. Again, we thought South Metro was going to be part of this, south of Interstate 20. Notice the northern part did not get picked up just yet. And again, because we do have a cold air wedge here across Metro Atlanta. So let's go look at the warning down here. This is for Fayette County, Meriwether County, Coweta County, and Clayton County. Goes until 3:45. Severe thunderstorm was located on a line extending from near Douglasville to near Noonan and moving east at 35 miles per hour. So again, that southern part of that line, where the air mass is most buoyant, warmer than the stuff is to the north. Again, we're getting some rains up here to the north. There's Bartow County, get a little bit of rain there. Let's check out this one here. See the dark skies. It hasn't started raining there yet, but you see the dark skies up there. So we are going to get some rain across North Georgia. Maybe a little rumble thunder, but most of the action will be down here toward Metro Atlanta, and then folks down here in Columbus. I'm still watching this stuff here to the east here, where this activity is starting to merge together. So going to watch that Very close. I am concerned about this stuff here as well. See, the lightning's starting to increase on this. I think we might see another warning down in here soon too. And the Troop County, Harris County, maybe getting over toward what county is that one? I always forgot that one. That's Meriwether. That's southern part of Meriwether. Duh. Meriwether's this big old thing. There's Troop, there's Harris, there's Meriwether. So again, appreciate you guys checking out the broadcast. We're up to 34 likes right now. So if you have not hit that like button, that's one of the things you can do to help my broadcast. Please hit that like button. If you're watching from somewhere and you got a weather-related question, please post it down below. I'll be more than happy to kind of bring up a question. And again, if you consider subscribing to the channel, that is also a goal of ours. Obviously, we like to try to grow the channel a little bit at a time, one subscriber at a time. And my motto on this channel is to keep you prepared and not scared. Prepared and not scared. That's the whole mantra of what we try to do here. Because God knows there's enough folks out there in the YouTube universe that want to scare the hell out of you every time they're on. I couldn't help but laugh at some of the stuff over the weekend. I really, really did. Well, yeah, this stuff's got. Look at that. See this? Look at this stuff down here. Watch this stuff. See this down here? Watch this. See that, Brian, right here? You see that squall line? You see the stuff out here coming in Greenville? This stuff's got to be watched. I mean, obviously this is heading up toward that warning area anyway, with the squall line here. But this could cause these storms to pulse up, and we may see additional possible tornadoes to spin up there. And thank you for that new subscriber. Thank you. And that one is 09 the Phoenix. 09 the Phoenix. Well, thank you for subscribing to the channel there. Now, my Streamlabs does not let me know everybody that subscribes. I don't know why. I never have figured that out. But that's why I try to acknowledge everybody, even if it doesn't. But if you do subscribe and it doesn't say anything, you can put your name down in the chat. That way I like to say hello to you. Hey, anything coming to Tunnel Hill? Rain. I think you're going to be fine up that way. That's the big thing up that way. Just I don't think you'll get that. You're up there in Northeast Georgia, right? Hey, thank you for that new subscriber, right? Let me look at that hill. I forgot where that was at. My brain dumped it. Let's see if it is where I think it is. It's up 41. Yeah, up to the north. Yeah, just rain. Yep. North of Dalton. Yep, look at a lot of rain. Yeah, keep that subscribers going. Boy, that's up. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I get excited about that, man. It's fun to watch. But Tunnel Hill, just plain old rain. You're up here in north. You're up here to the north. You got rain coming into your area right now. So you see the rain up that way. So you're okay. But the severe weather will stay to the south. We got that nice cool air wedge in place, really protecting North Georgia. But not down toward south of Metro Atlanta, Interstate 20. That's the big thing. Hey, Billerica. Billerica, you guys had the worst of it just come through y'all's area, I think. Yeah, you guys are good. You guys are looking okay there in Billerica. Like just went through there. There's Billerica right there. Now going down Douglasville, down Interstate 20. There it goes. And thank you for that new subscriber, man. Keep that thing going. Hey. We might make a run at that 7,500 today, guys. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Watch this stuff here, though. Like I said, we got to watch this closely. For those who don't know, Brian Davis, he is a meteorology student. He came on our broadcast a little over a week ago, so I like to include him in the conversations and stuff here on the channel. We have another meteorologist who joins us from time to time, Major Carver. He was an Air Force tech guy. He's not on right now, but whenever I get some fellow weather guys on the channel, I like to keep them engaged with us. Oh, we got another severe thunderstorm warning here on the southern part of this line. Let's check this one out. This is up north of the Enterprise area. 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is for northwestern Dale and northern Coffee County. Severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles east of Brantley, moving east at 40.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
That's that one here. That'll be heading up just north of the Dothan area. These storms will sneak into Eufaula a little bit later. Getting very close. So Columbus, you guys got it knocking on your front door here. Crawford, Smith Station, Motts, Opelika, Auburn. Auburn's already been showing a lot of their heavy rain. You see they're still coming down in buckets there in Auburn right now. A little bit of lightning too. Let's go back up to this tornado warning again. Not boy, this is textbook. Wow, this is so textbook. Look at this. Look at this bulge in the line right here. Right there. And that's where the right there in the middle is where you get that spin up, right through there. So get off there. So you see that bulge in that line. So that's where the strongest winds are being pulled this way. There's a little vort max. It's basically a little weakness, little bit of weakness, and the air is a little more able to lift a little bit better with that. So we got that moving into Peachtree City, Longstreet, again heading over toward Fayetteville. Again, if there is a tornado in there, it's going to be very, very weak, not a strong one. And I'll be honest with you, I don't see much in there. So it may have been a brief a TVS that's been out as a tornadic vortex signature that showed up on the radar briefly. It's also very close to the radar, so we get a lot of radar attenuation in there. So, but regardless, you're going to see some very strong gusty winds here coming into the Peachtree City area, Tyrone, Fayetteville. Hopefully, folks are heeding what was coming today and have got their property secure. But look at that nice little bulge in there. Very nice. Show up nicely on the radar. And it looks like these storms on the northern part of this line, because it's moving into that more stable air mass. I don't think we may not get the warnings here in Atlanta at all, but you are going to get some heavy rains, some gusty winds. I think this is going to stay down to the south of Interstate 20 because this is where the warmer air is. And these storms here merging in with this line, boy, this is really spiking. I'm surprised this hasn't warned. Looking at that reflectivity, I'm really surprised that is not warned just yet. Getting close. And you can see these storms merging down here. So see the lightning start to pop. So I'm going a little closer to see the lightning as these cells start to merge together. Yeah, there you go. Anytime you get any merging madness, you're going to get that for you. All right, we're up to 41 likes right now.
New information. This tornado warning has been updated.
All right, they just updated the tornado warning. Let's see what they put in the text, see if they've updated anything here. Remains in effect till 3:45. This is for northwestern Fayette and northeastern Coweta. And the storm's moving east at 35. The storm cable producing tornado was located near Thomas Crossroads or near Noonan, moving east at 35. So that hasn't changed much there. It's already gone past Noonan. This is setting up. It's very good. It's setting up here near Peachtree City is where it's at right now. It's getting very close to Peachtree City. So, of course, Peachtree City being a golf cart community. Hope folks are not on their golf carts right now as we're watching this. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining our channel. If you are new to the channel and you have any interest at all in helping support our very small channel, because when the big boys are on broadcasting, we don't get opportunities to grow very often. So when we are able to do so, I do ask for you to please consider subscribing. I do a weather daily. I do weather stuff. We'd like to keep it real here. I would go with the motto of being prepared and not scared. That's what we like to do here. And hopefully you'll consider us as one of your choices out there. God knows there's plenty of choices out there. Folks like the Godfather. They like the Max guy. They like their own weather guys, But go with whoever you feel comfortable with, and I'll be a privilege to be one of your choices. I'd be very glad to do that for y'all. For those who don't know, I'm retired Army. I did 30 years in the Army Reserve. I was a TV meteorologist. Used to work at the CBS affiliate in the Atlanta market. Back in the day, I worked there for a little while, but my military career and my TV career were never very compatible, unfortunately. Just one of those little negative. They say, hey, wait, in the reserves, you can still keep your job and everything. That's a bunch of horse crap. I'll tell you that right now. It just didn't work out very well for me. So anyway, thank you for that, subscribers. Y'all keep that thing going. Look at that. There, look at that. You got that thing getting close there. Look at that, 7480. Ah, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, we don't get the opportunity to grow very often because it's such, like if I tried to broadcast over the weekend with the two big dogs that got 4 million subscribers out there, I'll be lucky to get 150, 300 people, maybe 350 watching in a whole broadcast. We've had 800 today. See, shows the difference. You just got to pick your days to do this kind of stuff. Let's check out the Rockdale. Let's check out the camera here in Rockdale County. See what this looks like here, looking back to the west. See, a little gray skies there. Not raining there just yet, but look at that. Look at this thing snake. Look at that thing just snaking on out through there. A little substance back behind here a little bit. So I think Metro Atlanta, I think you're okay. I think Metro Atlanta, thank you for that new subscriber. I think they will not see one. They're going to see some gusty winds here coming through here, but I think the worst of this is going to stay down here to the south. So we're talking about getting into Fayetteville, Jonesboro, Hampton, Wolseley, Brooks, Griffin eventually. Again, anywhere along the southern part of this line, down into Zebulon, Concord, Meanville, anywhere in this zone. So anywhere out ahead of this line, folks need to be ready for this stuff as it's coming. So we're talking basically South Metro Atlanta. Going just to extrapolate this right on out. This is where the next warnings will be coming out right through there. Already coming through. It looks like Interstate 85 is probably a mess right now. Some very heavy rains up and down there. And coming into those zones right now. Oops, let me get this real quick. And thank you for that new subscriber. I missed it. I looked down. Damn it. Who was that? Who saw that? Didn't we see who that was? I missed that. Damn it. I was responding to a text message and I was like, doggone, that's terrible. Oh, let me send this. I got to send them this thing real quick. My bad. I didn't send this address. Just bear with me for a second, guys. I got to send this address to somebody. They need this address. Hold on a second. And send this real quick. There we go. All right. All right, guys. Everything looking pretty good so far. Again, we're going to watch. We still got this, the severe thunderstorm watch. You see there in the pink boxes there, basically South 85. Notice that boundary right there. That is the stationary boundary. North of that boundary, it is a cooler air mass. It's a more stable air mass. South of that boundary, you got temperatures in the 80s, so you're more robust. So obviously, these thunderstorms that are south of this line are going to be where the heaviest storms are going to be, right south of that line. Just plain old rain up here across North Georgia. I don't think it's going to get into that area there, but basically stays south of Interstate 20. That's why they took the watch box right there. And that's exactly what I said in my morning update. I thought Interstate 20 South was going to be the hot zone to kind of watch there. Here, I'm looking through my, let my chat get away from me. Sorry, guys. It was scrolling up on me real quick. Yeah. Hey, Lee, good to see you there. Super lightning bolt hit Tulsa, Oklahoma on May 25th. Rocked the entire city. Wow. Sorry, sometimes it's my Chat Ninja will get stuck. That's my program to watch y'all's chats and stuff. It got stuck for a second, so I apologize. Thank you, Rusty. Rusty Shackelford just joined us. Thank you, Rusty. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, hey, Lee, we were talking about the hail in Texas, man. It's been one of those years for those guys. Hey, Evil Queen back in the house. Good to see you there. All right, let's see here. Watching for Griffin. Oh, Colin posted my link. Oh, that's good. Thanks to Colin. I do some partnerships with him out there in the Columbus area. I got to thank him for sharing my broadcast over there. Yeah, everybody keep the subscribe button. Now, Columbus, you guys are no warnings in y'all's area down there just yet. Let me go over to Radar Omega here again. And, oops, switch over there. So you see the heavy rains there across portions of Lee and Russell County. These storms are kind of merging together. The squall line itself looks like they kind of weakened as it's pulling into these other storms. So I was waiting to see if these were going to pull severe. It looks like they're not so far, but you get some heavy storms down here to the south. Let me switch the radar here. Down to the south. Let me get this loop in here for you real quick. And then move into the northeast. So you got to watch this stuff down here as it's kind of moving this direction. So we'll see. You got to watch these stuff and make sure this stuff does not pull severe. We got the severe down here. And, of course, we got the severe up here on the northern portion of this line. All right, here we go. And I appreciate you guys. We got 52 likes so far, so if you haven't given us a like, please do so at this time. It really helps us out. Hey, Renee, Pine Mountain, you guys got some heavy rains that are probably going to be coming in your area there. Again, there's Hamilton right there. So you got some storms there to your south coming in from the north. So there's Pine Mountain right there. So you got some storms knocking out. These are not severe, but because we got some like different storms that may be converging together there, that could go severe. So be careful there at Pine Mountain. Again, strong gusty winds, heavy rain, a little bit of lightning. Possible tornadoes. We've seen some weak spin-ups along this stuff. But again, I'm not expecting any big boys. Not like you see out there in the plains and stuff you've seen in a while. There'll be brief spin-ups, so just be careful out there. Not expecting like that. Like this was right here. This was along that squall line. See, that was a very, very nice, very sharp. I bet that wall cloud looks very impressive. And thank you for that new subscriber. Keep those subscribers going, guys. We only need 15 more to get to 7,500. And that's a great story. That means I don't have to spend any money to get it. Because YouTube, it seems like lately that the only time I get new subscribers is if I spend money to advertise. But yeah, if we get to 7,500, that's awesome. That puts us 2,500 away from getting there. Hopefully by 1 October. Hopefully get a couple of decent hurricanes and maybe we can get done. Hey, crazy weather dude coming in from Mobile. Let's check down there, Mobile. I think you got some of those stuff that may come in later tonight, but down there in Mobile, it looks like everything's moved over to Pensacola and the Crestview area right there. So you guys are looking pretty good. Hey, since you're down there in Mobile, I think you'd appreciate the camera shot I was using out of Mobile. There's the USS United States, the old ocean liner that's down there. That's going to be an ocean reef. I was kind of promoting that earlier. If you guys get the chance to go down into Mobile during the summer before that ship is sunk, they are giving tours. Highly recommend it. Me and the wife are going to go check that one out. I should have done it while we were down there for Memorial Day, but I totally forgot about it. That was down there. But there's the ship right there. That thing's bigger than the Titanic. Give you an idea as far as the size. It's like 1,000 feet long, so it's a very big ship. Anyway, let's get back here to the radar. Back to the weather stuff. Got some pretty hefty storms here coming into Peachtree City. Looks like it's just gone through the worst of it through Peachtree City, so it's right over the radar. Get some really bad radar attenuation there. No, I try to do a little bit of everything. Look, the big thing for me from Stormfront Freaks Network was Stormcat 5, I guess your name, is it's very hard for me to broadcast when the bigger channels are on. And I'll be honest with you, you guys here, I've got 75, 100 people have been watching through this broadcast. It's great. I can interact and I can do stuff with y'all. That's fun for me. But when the bigger channels are on and there's a big thing going on like that, I just don't get the audience. Unless I drag them from my local product, if I'm doing a national product, I just don't get it. YouTube does not show me any love. That's why I was told by some YouTubers that when you get to 10,000 subscribers, it starts showing you a little more love. So I'm hoping to get to 10,000 by 1 October. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit. I do like doing the national stuff, but it's very hard when you don't have anybody watching. And you keep that subscriber thing going, I'm all for it, man. Yeah, it does. I usually just do, I typically will do like 100. Whenever I get some money back from YouTube or make a little money, I just give it right back to them. I don't keep it. I just help. The goal is to grow the channel, hopefully to be self-sufficient. That's what I want the channel to be. You know, I don't need the $1 million subscribers. I don't need that kind of audience. The Max kid, he went from 250,000 to 1 million in a year, and that kid was on all the time. I'm in my 50s. I've got a wife. I've got a couple of daughters, grown adults. I got my father I take care of. I got other stuff going on, so I can't be on 24/7 like those guys. But I like to be on when I can. Crazy Weather Dude, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for officially coming on board here. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You have the same problem. It's definitely a bit of a monopoly. I've been trying to do the things that they show you out on the YouTube problem. The problem is it's saturation. I missed the boat by probably about a year when I was starting. The guy I call the Godfather, by the way, here on the channel. And I got 2 more subscribers, man. Keep it going.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
He is a weather enthusiast. I'm AMS sealed a meteorologist. I've been doing this for a long time, since 1997. And he saw a window. I give him all the kudos in the world, but now he's kind of a corporation. He's got business partnerships. He's got other different stuff. He's got 4 or 5 people that help him at one time during his broadcast. So he's become a company to himself. And he never had to fight to do like we're doing right now, trying to get the subscribers one at a time. Because when he came on, it was a big event. He got like a couple 100,000 right out the gate because nobody was doing it. So that's why I always call him the Godfather, because he was the first. So there's him, there's Max Kidd, and then there's everybody else. And there's just so many of us out there. You got storm chasers, you got weather opportunities, you got all this stuff. So trying to find your niche in that swamp of YouTube and trying to find the algorithm to show you any kind of love, it's a battle, man. And I appreciate every single one of you guys, all of y'all that subscribe to this channel. Again, I'm honored, I'm humbled, and I thank you very much for coming on board here. And hopefully we get to do this again. Now, hurricane season, I'll tell you, that's my bread and butter. I was on the Weather Channel tropical team, learned a lot from John Hope and Dr. Steve Lyons back in the day in the 90s. And I definitely have got this. This is my setup for hurricane season. We're going to have it up, although I might change the background a little bit to it's going to be a little more tropical looking. But yeah, this is something I love to do. If you haven't figured that out, I do love doing this. Yeah, he has, because look, I mean, look, I know what he's doing. It's so easy. If you get to a big enough amount and you got thousands of dollars being given to you, donated to your channel, and you take that money and throw it right back into advertising, your channel will explode like crazy. Like crazy. Now, what you guys are doing here today to help my channel out, I appreciate it. You know, we're the small masses trying to find our way in a YouTube universe, and I'm trying to stay on top of this weather, which today's been okay. It hasn't been too bad, but I was kind of surprised they went with a slight risk today because I thought marginal was good enough. But it's all about opinions, and we all have them, you know. Well, I'm glad to be your weather guy. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that very much so. Yep, that's what we got to do. You got to beat the system. And I got a couple chaser guys I've been trying to kind of support and do the same thing with them. It's very much. Oh, we got someone from Sweden. Oh, hey, Alex Zor. Oh, hey, that's a first. Hey, good to see you there. We got is that Axel Zor? Oh, thank you. We got you. Are you a new subscriber from Sweden? We got some other folks. I got someone from Ireland that watches. I have someone from Scotland that watches. And you're my first one from Sweden. So glad to have you on board here. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I think so. There, Lynette, I think you guys have got the worst of it. I think it looks like the heaviest has gone by, y'all. I think there's some more storms that are going to come through tonight, but I'm not expecting them to be severe tonight. I'm not. Let me look at something real quick, guys, while I'm thinking about it real quick. As you can tell, I'm real bad ADD, so I kind of jump around here a little bit. I think that is this the new one again? Is this enough? 17 hours. That should be sufficient. Okay, the 18Z has just come in here. So I want to show you this real quick to show you that we got a couple rounds of precipitation to watch here for tonight. So let's go over here. This is our current snapshot, and that's lining up pretty decently. It's still a little slow though. This is the 4 o'clock. So it's pretty close. Pretty close. So there's the 4 o'clock position.
This flash flood
You see this kind of moving on through North Georgia. Just a lot of rain, some thunderstorms. And then we get this other stuff. So we got this other stuff here behind us. This comes in later. See this stuff here to the west. So we got 2 rounds of storms. I do not anticipate the second round to be severe, but there will be some rain, some thunderstorms with this as this comes in. So you there in Lynette? Yeah, you looks like some rain, some storms coming in. And then tomorrow, I think it'll be more scattered stuff. I do not expect organized complexes of storms like we've been kind of raked with here over the last week or so. It's just been in that northwesterly flow. These little disturbances have been riding on down into the southeast, so we've been dealing with these storms one at a time as they've been kind of coming on through. Darth here from sunny Quebec, Canada. Well, we got Darth Party in the house here from Canada. Good to see you there, Darth. Welcome on board. Beverly here joining us from Alabama. Hey, glad to join us here, Beverly. Thank you. And again, if you're a new subscriber, appreciate you for joining the channel. Again, for all you folks out there, currently up to 70 likes, which is a great. We've had over 1,000 views here on our broadcast. It's an hour and a half. So again, this is a perfect example of why yours truly here has to be a little smarter on when I do my live broadcasts here on YouTube. Okay, I need to pick days like these where the big guys are not on there, because the YouTube likes to, give them all the love and all the attention. So I got to really be smarter when I do these things and try. Although I really loved it, we all like to do the big weather events, but sometimes we just have to step back and do the little smaller ones, and successfully try to grow the channel. Work harder, work smarter, not harder, right? Yeah, I almost got a job in Mobile. I was interviewing for a job there 15 years ago. Didn't get it, but I was the final three, I think. I didn't quite get it, but that was back when I was first starting. That was years ago. So let's go take a look at the storm report. See if we had any storm reports out there so far. Anything up there? A couple of hail reports have been added there across Alabama that just got added. I noticed that. You get a little couple wind reports there. So I got a couple wind reports, and let's see, they're not taking any counties back just yet. And then I always like to use the GOES satellite imagery here. So the GOES satellite, for those who, this is the 19. This is our latest and greatest GOES satellite technology. What's really good about it is you can composite the real lightning data with the satellite imagery. And I like using it as a tool, because what I'm looking for is if the lightning data is going up, it's of course a clear indication of the storm's getting stronger. If the lightning data is going down, obviously it's weakening. So it's one of those tools I like to use. That's okay, man. We were all, you're making me feel old, but that's okay. Thanks, Crazy Weather Dude. Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Hey, we only need to get 7 more subscribers to get to 7,500. So to get me to shut up about it, if you have not subscribed to the channel, and if you have any inkling to help us out, help out a small little channel, go hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button too. It helps the algorithm. We're averaging about 4 minutes on our turnaround. So the way the YouTube algorithm works, for those who don't know, when you watch a channel and you're kind of surfing, because I do it all the time. I'm sitting there surfing. I'll watch a little while and I'll go to something else. If you do a like or a subscribe or leave a comment, you leave, it basically allows somebody else to replace you. So that's how the algorithm works. So if you do the like, do the subscribe thing, and give a thumbs up, that's all we need to do. You use WeatherWise. That's one of my tools too. Now, I don't use for those who don't know, the Godfather, you know who he is. He's got a partnership with those guys. Now, I do use them for my watches and warnings and stuff like that. I do not use their radar settings. I don't really care for it too much, because at least the version that I have that's, I guess, available to the public, you can't go in there and set the settings the way that I like it, whereas Radar Omega does. So I do prefer that, but I do use this up there. You got a special weather statement there for that storm there on the southern part of that line. But that's what, but they even have a setting in WeatherWise. It's the Ryan Hall setting. Oh, I said his name. Sorry. The Godfather setting. Let's just say that. And I just don't want to play games with that. And thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Only got to get 6 more. All right. Let's go back up here to the middle part of the line here. Again, this is losing a little bit of its kick here. And it's running into that wedge, that cool air wedge, really helping it here. Looks like they're trimming some counties away. Let's take a look at this. Yep, they just trimmed some more counties, away. So as these storms continue to move off toward the east, we'll see some counties continue to get trimmed away here for this afternoon. I try not to say the guy's name that often. I really don't, because I don't mean the guy any ill will. That's why my regular viewers know I call him the Godfather all the time, for the reasons I mentioned, because he was the first guy that really kind of took this thing off. And he does his thing, and I do my thing. And I'm not trying to compete against him or the Max kid, because they're up here in the stratosphere, and I'm like a tick on a dog's butt. We're not even in the same ballpark, man. We're not even in the same division as far as our level of stuff. Now, I finally got this capability. I'll tell you, this whole severe weather setup, and I've got a partner of mine who's my technical advisor who helps us out. This has evolved over the last year or so to finally get us up to where I would say we're competitive. We've got a great alarm system. We got a great display. I got a good mix up here. I like the overall look. I think we're competitive now, whereas maybe 6 months to a year ago we weren't, but I think we are now. but it's a good thing to hopefully get us out. Now, I would like to get a partnership with Radar Omega, but I'm not big enough for them to consider it. I try to reach out to those guys. They're like, "Oh, dude, you've only got like, you're just a little dude. We're not ready for you yet." Hopefully, when my Facebook page gets up to 100,000 on it for the Metro Atlanta area, maybe they'll be a little more receptive. But my YouTube channel is too small for them to even consider any kind of partnership with right now. So they didn't say that in so many words, but they kind of implied it. Yeah, most of the weather chasers do use Radar Omega. There's a lot of the chasers out. That's why I use their software, especially for chase season and watch. We have displayed multiple live tornadoes here because of those chasers here on the channel when we've done some live coverage. Now, what I do for the chasers, because they're doing stuff, I will always put their links or I'll put their stuff down in the chat and tell folks to, hey, go make them a donation or go check out their channel and stuff like that. So I try to promote them a little bit. I don't know if it really helps them out all that much, but I try to help them out a little bit. These storms down here across West Georgia, gonna watch these a little bit. Let me go back and Radar Omega here a little bit. Kind of watching this stuff down here in Columbus. We get the storms here getting close to coming into the Columbus area right now. So about 3:45 is about what we thought. So a little bit of lightning, some heavy rain, some storms in there. Not bad. So you can see that stuff back behind here. 304. Now that radar's down. That's old. All right. So East Alabama radar just went down. All right. May have taken a power hit or something. So the East Alabama radar is down. Just noticed that. For you guys in Columbus, y'all watching, be careful on that because that radar, I just noticed that when I looked at the last data image on there, it said 304. So that was so we're going to have to just use the Peachtree City radar and the Ozark radar down to the south. So I have to use both these two right here. Yeah, it's not. I don't like chasing it. There were some guys that were chasing the Huntsville storm and the Mississippi storm last week. They were doing it. They were absolutely were. Yep, and you're right. Chasing in the south, it can be very, very dangerous. I've done it myself. It's not a fun thing. We had a tornado that practically jumped all around top of us because, and this was back before we really had the technology we had today. It was real mess out there. Hey, we're up to 71 likes. Let's try to get up to 100 likes, guys. If you haven't done a like yet, do a like on there. Help us out with that YouTube algorithm. We only got to find 6 more subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please help us out there. Let's get to the last 6 there and push us up to that 7,500 mark for today. All right, let's go back up here. All warnings have now dropped off. Wow, that's pretty interesting. I was saying this earlier that I thought that boundary, again, I always like to refer to this as a shield, that this boundary right in here was going to act as a bit of a shield as this little disturbance was rolling in from the west. I thought as it moved into that boundary, it would be a shield. Now, check out these temperatures, 86, 88, 89, 82. You got fuel in here for the southern part of this line to reinvigorate, but I'm not sure we get anything up here across the north. Not with that force field in place. That force field we call the wedge, that cold air damming that's going to be in place here across North Georgia. So you folks in North, all right. Boom, look at that, man. We just got 3 more subscribers. You guys are awesome. You rock it. Man, I'm telling you. It's also said, it's like, you got to find your own shtick. Well, I don't know if I can find my own shtick. My shtick is, somebody was asking, I'm getting a new hat, by the way. I found one. This is a hat I got in Ireland. I love the G because, Georgia, obviously. My name's Greg. I just kind of like it. This hat's kind of become my shtick, so I wear it on all my broadcasts. And I got a new one coming. This one's kind of getting a little ragged that we found online. It's the Book of Kells out of Ireland. That's where I got this. It's a Gaelic G, so I like that. 2 more to go. We only got to get 2 more. We can get 2 more. We can get who? Come on, who's going to give the 2? Come on, we only need 2. There's 99. One more. Come on. Let's do it. One more. I get excited. I'm sorry. I see a couple of these damage reports here. Only got to get 1 more. We can do that. Oh, got a new warning. Hey, they reissued a new warning here to the south. Hey, Excelsior. Hey, thank you, Excelsior, from our Sweden guy just subscribed. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So we got 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is for northern Spalding, Fayette County, northern Spalding County, eastern Fayette County, Henry County, and Clayton County. Goes until 4:15. Severe thunderstorm is located along a line extending from near Riverdale to the J.W. Smith Reservoir, moving near Brooks, moving east at 30. So they did put out another warning. I was kind of surprised that the other one lapsed, but there's the southern part of that line. There's our new warning there. All we got to do is get one more. Hey, Tyler, you got to pound us up one more subscriber, man. Tyler is our unofficial our promotions guy here on the Weather Nerds channel, and he's really good at helping get folks to subscribe. So thank you. We just jumped to 76 likes. We typically like to there it is. All right, everybody. You know what? I gotta get a sound effect. I'm gonna have to get one. When we hit a milestone, I got to get, I know the Nerdrotic guy does it. He's got like a little applause button there. I need to get my own. So, Tyler, I will make sure before we do our next broadcast that I'll get an applause little thing down below. So I'm ready to kind of hit that. So thank you, guys. We hit 7,500 today. That's very good. Outstanding. So anything we get now is considered frosting on the cake. So if you want to be that frosting on the cake, hit that subscribe button, man. All right. Which you got to have, by the way, because typically what happens when you do a live broadcast like this, you'll tend to bleed a couple of them off in a day or so. So you like to have a little bit of a pad there. So let's look down here to the south. Again, we're getting some good storms here coming in through, you guys walking down toward Columbus. Harris County getting hit pretty good. Got some storms coming through Russell and Lee County. Muskogee County's got some pretty good rains. Looks like coming into the Columbus airport here soon. Not severe. Not yet, at least, but these storms are pounding a nice little punch here, coming through here, going on down to the south, heading down toward Eufaula. And again, the East Alabama radar is down, so we're going to have to use the one down here near Fort Rucker. Or, I'm sorry, what do they call that base now? It's not Fort Rucker. I forgot. Oh, well, they renamed it. I forgot it. But anyway, so you see the moisture here restreaming from the south. See the stuff? The line catching up with this stuff. Anywhere along that line where you see that, we're always run the possibility of these things pulsing up severe. Obviously, we have the severe thunderstorm watch that's in this area. There's our watches right there. They're in the pink. So as this kind of moves on, it's in the warm sector. I mean, I got to put 83 degrees, 88 degrees, 84 degrees, 88 degrees. All these storms are in the warm side of that front. So that's a big deal there, as far as the intensity level of those storms being able to continue. If you're new to the channel, I'd like to know where you guys are watching from. If you got a weather-related question, you put it down in the chat. Like Darth Patty, who was laughing at me earlier. But you guys can put it down there in the chat a little bit, and we can talk a little bit. Hey, Mick, I'm sorry, I got you back there. Yeah, for some reason, my chat is not scrolling up like it's supposed to, so I just got to keep an eye on there. So good to see you there, Mick. Yeah, we did hit that 7,500 milestone. Good to see that. We got Galactic Guardian from New York. Good to see you there, Galactic Guardian. Thank you for joining us here. What you got into weather? For me, it was Hurricane Katrina. Oh, dude, for me, I was fascinated by snow, believe it or not, when I was living in Alaska as a little kid. That kind of got me into weather. And then, of course, when the Weather Channel first aired, and I was like 11 when that first came on. That got me going. Harris County, I think so by 6:30. I think so. There is some additional activity there, Chase, that may come in a little bit later, but that won't be till night. So I think this will be, it's 4 o'clock now. Yeah, I think so. I think by 6:30 you should be done with that. Yeah, definitely very yucky up there. I'm almost caught up with you guys here. Coweta County in the house. CRS Pure 6. Good to see you there. And we got Sean Delaney there in Fayetteville watching. You guys got the storms moving through your area right now. We got Barbara B. Blairsville. You guys just got to worry about the rain, man. No severe weather. We got that wedge, that cold air wedge. If you saw my update this morning, I was mentioning the fact I said, we got a wedge, man. I don't know if those thunderstorms are going to come that far north. Sometimes I think those guys there in Oklahoma City don't understand the dynamics of our area, that when we get a CAD in place, that is our force field from severe weather. You guys are getting it right now. So Maria, you guys are going to see some gusty winds up there. Obviously, you got that warning coming through right now. Just brief gusty winds, heavy rains. It'll last maybe all 5 minutes tops, and then you're done. All right, just some plain old rain after that. Oh man, I love your name. Insert name here. That's got to be one of the best names I've seen on YouTube. That's awesome. Sunnyside, Georgia. Hey, welcome. Douglasville, yeah, definitely has calmed down. Looks like you guys are doing better there. You'll have some rain though for a while. You see the rain kind of stretching back there as the worst has gone through Douglasville. Just some rain going back over toward Bremen. So you got some more rain coming through. Yeah, I can handle the rain too. Absolutely. I know, folks, when we had the severe weather going on tonight in Alabama, and Southern Alabama, I said, "Oh, you going live tonight?" I said, "No, I was down in Florida, man. I couldn't do it." Hey, Brandon, Florida's in the house. Used to live in Moultrie. My first job was at WALB-TV in Albany, Georgia. Used to work with the great Gil Patrick back in the day, if you knew who that was. LRS Tidewell. We were stationed at Fort Benning, and finding a local channel has been difficult, so I'm thankful you popped up on Facebook. Well, thank you there, LRS. Appreciate that. I am a Army brat. Grew up on Fort Benning. Lived on that base. That's why I consider that base home. That's why I still do weather for that Facebook that page down there. Absolutely. And Tyler, our the Weather Nerds unofficial PR guys, telling everybody hit that subscribe button. So help Tyler out. He's our unofficial cheerleader for our channel. And we were able to get over 7,500 today. So and again, for those who don't know, the way the YouTube algorithm works, for those of you coming for the first time, is today we're having a very successful broadcast. We've had 1,200 views in less than 2 hours, and that's a very good broadcast for us. When the big channels are on, they're not on right now. They're not covering an event like this. We don't get the opportunities to grow. We kind of get choked off. So the only opportunities we get is when we do something like this. And thank you for that new subscriber. And so we have to take our opportunities to do this. So I always tell folks, go with who you feel the most comfortable with. You know, if it's me, great. If it's the Godfather, that Ryan guy, great. If it's the Max guy, great. Go with whoever you feel comfortable with. You know, I try to be even keel. I try to give it to y'all straight. I don't try to hype every storm to death because I'm really concerned about the cry wolf factor out there in social media. You know, you say every storm's the storm of the century, then none of them are the storm of the century. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep an even keel on this. So let me swap out microphones real quick. I don't want my microphone to die on me here. So I'll swap microphones. There we go. So when we get opportunities like this to grow the channel, and our goal here is to get to 10,000 by 1 October, we need to try to get as many subscribers as we can, even if it's not a big weather event. Now, hopefully you guys, especially during hurricane season, will come back to my channel and watch us then. I put a lot of work and effort into we've had a couple of good broadcasts last year. We were covering the hurricanes last year, and I think it'll be even better this year. So you guys, again, just kind of help us out if you can. Share this with your friends. Invite them over here. Say, hey, here's a weather guy that'll give it to you straight and not give it to you over the top. If that's the type of person you like, and you like to give this one-on service too, which I really like. Insert name, just subscribe. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for being a new subscriber there. Again, sometimes my Streamlabs will let me know, and sometimes it don't. So you got Henry Camps saying get a little dark there in Henry County. Don't worry, it's going to go by very quickly. You're going to get a little bit better there. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, I've noticed with the big guys, especially with, I think because of their certain partnerships and things they have, they're required to do certain things now that maybe they weren't able to do before. Certain weather events where they may have not have been on before, it's finding those opportunities like today to try to grow the channel. They're getting a little bit harder, that's for sure. Julie C, well, thank you very much. Thank you. The tornado risk was very low for today. I wasn't worried. What I was worried about for the tornado risk was what we've seen with a couple of spin-ups was the squall line and any kind of interaction with the stuff going on. Now, right now, as we're kind of watching the squall line here, And again, I'm watching this lightning data here starting to go up here across, for example, here in Harris County. I think we're going to see a warning here pretty soon for this cell here. Just looking at the lightning data going up here. So going out of Harris County, going up toward Meriwether County, I think we may see a new warning here soon. These storms are starting to go pulse up a little bit. I'm also starting to see a little purple start to show up in there a little bit. So, got a new warning down to the south. Let's check this one out. This one's down around top of the radar here. This one is for East Central Dale and Central Henry County. Goes till 3:30. Storm was near Abbeville, moving northeast at 30. And I heard another warning. I heard another alarm go up. Hey, look! Hey, who just called that warning up? I think I did.
A new severe thunderstorm
That was that
warning
one.
has been
Okay,
issued.
this is south of there. So here we go. This is for southeastern Spalding, Pike County, northeastern Upson, and Lamar County. Goes until 4:30. Severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending from near Zetella to Concord to Molina, moving east at 40. Yeah, you know what? You're not the only person that has mentioned that, Julie, that the big channels ignore Georgia. I don't know why. We get weather here too, but they do seem to log off a lot for us, which is a good opportunity for me. I mean, I'm all for it. So, yeah, if they don't want to cover Georgia when we got weather, that's fine by me. I don't care. Like I said, to me, as long as I keep that number up there in that top right-hand corner, keep that number, keep going up, because it is a motivation. I'll be honest. Hey, look, I know the world's biggest ego, but it's all about audience. You know, you want to be able to give a good product, and you want to build an audience. The only way you can build an audience on YouTube is you got to have the number of subscribers. You know, I've watched a number of YouTube videos and say, hey, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to put the tag, you got to do this. And, you know, I think a lot of that's good things for different reasons, but for weather, I think it's just gotten saturated. We got oversaturation going on out there. So it's been a bit of a problem. Yeah, I think it'll be 3 by 6:30. I really do. I think that you should be all right by 6:30. I mean, that's 2.5 hours away. I think this will be well off towards the east by then. You should be good to go, Chase. They did stay on Georgia the other day. Hadn't done that in a while. Well, yeah, I wasn't able to. The other day I wasn't able to broadcast. They were broadcasting the stuff that was going through Alabama. So that was a big deal there. So I thank you for that new subscriber, man. You guys make me feel the love. Feel the love. Hit that subscribe button, man. Does help the algorithm out. Helps you know, this is a monetized channel. I don't make a lot of money with this thing. I really don't. And like I said, any money I make, I don't keep. I put it back in the investment of the channel because I just want to get it to a point. I spend probably $250 a month out of my own money for the radar services, Adobe After Effects, things I do for my local channel, model datas and stuff, things I use. I spend a lot of my own money, so it's not self-sufficient. I just want to get to the point where it's paying for itself, and I ain't got to worry about it anymore. You know, so that's what I'm trying to do. Hey, Mr. Mota, how you doing? Dark Skies, I think it's been. Yeah, that's okay. Certain thing. Oh, where's your 7,500 prize? That's okay. That's good. What is this? Where's this Mr. Mota? Who is this? Do I need to black this guy out? I just like I think I got a bot here. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to let's see here. Can I plot him out? Oh, I think I got a bot. I think we got a bot in there. Wow. It's the first time that's ever happened. All right, I'm going to have to go. I've never done this before. This is going to be a first. Hold on a second, guys. I think I have to go to the actual stream. Hold on. Yeah, I think I got to boot him. I'll get him in a second. Hold on. I got to get. I've never had to do this before. This is the first time. Let me see here. Okay, here's him. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. All right, I just put the. All right, I just put him in timeout for 24 hours. All right, he's gone. Bye. I don't know. I'm not sure what that was. I'm not sure if that was a bot or what that was, but I just removed him. He's out there for 24 hours. He's gone. It's so weird when these bots get into your things, man. It's really, really crazy. I get them all the time on my Facebook and stuff, which, I need to check this, by the way. This is a big deal for me. My Facebook page, my North Georgia First Alert Facebook page. Oh, look at that. Hey, check this out, guys. I don't know if you can see that. We're at 997. I only got 3 more, and I got 10,000 on my Facebook. For those who don't know, we had my original North Georgia First Alert weather page. I had 35,000 followers on there. I got spammed. I got conned, basically, by someone who I thought was a Facebook employer to help me out with my monetization. And they got into a place they didn't need to go, and I lost my original page. After about 3 weeks, I had to launch a new one. And I still haven't got my old one back, and I've been advertising and building that up. So the Facebook going to 10,000 was important because that's the level that Facebook identifies you as a Facebook professional, and it opens up the different tools. So we're going to hit that today, and hopefully we'll be able to go and get my new stuff back here soon enough. Oh, good Lord. Oh, we got somebody else coming over. Oh, man, this is crazy. I've never had this happen before. Wow, this is nuts. I have never had this happen, guys. I really, really haven't. I've never been botted before. I guess because I've never been successful to do that before. I just took the Kent Duran. I guess that's some kid or somebody here playing around with our broadcast today. Yeah, I just got rid of that one too. But if he's got more than one, I don't know how many channels he's got. So again, if you guys we're at 88 likes right now, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to help our little growing channel out, appreciate that. We're kind of watching this severe weather that's continuing to move through Georgia right now. And just go ahead and we're kind of watching this. The wedge up across northeast Georgia is really protected, like Metro Atlanta. They're just kind of getting some rains through there. What's interesting is I don't think, even though there's a watch box up in this area, I don't know if they're going to see anything because the wedge goes on the other side of that front. I don't think it's going to go that far north. Thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Keep that going, man. Keep that thing going. That's awesome. But I don't know if it's going to go that far north. We'll see. Typically, if it's a repeating message over and over, it's typically a bot. Most of the time, it is. I've only seen that happen a couple times on Facebook, but not on YouTube. That's the first time I've seen that. Hey, you said it there, Cupcake. These trolls need to find a job. Amen. I'm trying to build a channel here, and your guys' help. Hopefully, we'll build a good channel. I'm gonna tell you what. I want to share this with you guys. One of the things I'm hoping to do with this channel, in combination with what I'm doing at the local level, is to get the levels up to a sufficient level to where I can bring in some advertisers and sponsors. And the reason for the advertisers and sponsors is that I want to bring my weather equipment or my capabilities up to a different level. There's a company called Barron Services out of Huntsville, who I worked with at a professional level in the TV business. So I'm hoping to bring these up to a certain level to where I can bring in making enough money to where the advertising's paying for their equipment, and then I can bring that equipment online with what I'm doing here. And that would really bring us up to a level, a very professional looking appeal there. It would look very, very much like anything in the TV business, and really make us competitive with those two big boys out there. Now, like I've always said, again, I don't care about those two guys. They're successful. They do all their stuff. I don't want to compete with them, but I still want to have a competitive product. Okay, I can't say that isn't because the product was competitive. So hopefully we'll get that there. What's going on here now?
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
But all I could do there is I can ban them. I can ban them from going on there, or I can suspend them, which is what I did. I went in there and I stopped them. So hopefully they won't come back again. But that's you have to go into the settings on there. I haven't had to do that before. Usually I have another moderator. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. So I'm hoping to bring our stuff here. I try to keep this thing up to where I've got numerous things and little things that we do here. This is a new tool, for example, that we're working on. I'll show you this right here. This is an interactive tool that allows us to kind of go in here to different areas here And for example, I can go in, if I wanted to talk about this warning here, boom, I go in here and I can highlight this. This is a kind of a work in progress we're doing here. Tells me the counties, the hail size, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Just a couple things we're kind of working on here a little bit. Here's the one down in Abbeville, Dale County, Henry, Alabama, 60-mile-per-hour winds. It's pretty clean, not bad, but it's still a work in progress. This is something we're still working on, the mapping issues with this a little bit. So I try to mix this up with a different product and not just stay on a radar and talk over it. I do like to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get there one little bit at a time. Julie said it got super dark in Madonna. Yeah, McDonough. Yeah, you guys got the stuff kind of coming through there right now. McDonough, you got the storms there coming right now. There's that storms coming through. So it's a pretty strong gusty winds going to come through the McDonough area there. It's going to last all of like 5 minutes. Once it goes through, you're done. Heavy rains, little lightning, a little bit with it. Maybe a sporadic power outage, maybe. But that'll be it. It's already gone through the Hampton area, so this is crossing I-75 right now. And then this will go over toward the Covington area there. I don't know if they'll go too much further north. I'm really surprised the stuff down here to the south did not go severe. It's just borderline. I think they just put special weather statements out on this. Seeing the heavy rain, the lightning are coming into the Columbus area. Columbus getting some heavy rains up there, up to the High Plains area up there. Flat Rock and coming over to a Willow Bend area there. So Columbus continues to get hit pretty good right now. Down it through Russell County and down toward Eufaula. Again, I'm not sure. Yeah, the Russell County radar, the East Alabama radar took a hit of some kind there. So we kind of see this going. Yes, Tyler says hit that subscribe button if you can. We've had 1,500 views today. Very good broadcast. We're up to 90 likes. We like to try to get 100 likes per broadcast. So if you can help us out and help us get those 10 additional likes, I'd appreciate it. And let's keep that subscriber. I'm not sure. Our goal was to try to get to 7,500. Obviously, we passed that. But let's see how much more we can kind of dig into that a little bit. Again, we want to try to get to 10,000 by October 1st. So we don't know when our next opportunity to grow the channel will come. So if you would consider hitting that subscribe button, if I could be one of your weather sources, thank you. Like to be one of your privileged video. Again, we're averaging about 4.5 minutes per turnover here. So yeah, y'all doing the likes and doing the subscribes, it helps the YouTube algorithm identify other people that may want to come in and watch the broadcast. So we've been able to maintain our numbers pretty good here for today. And again, I do appreciate you guys. I do do like severe weather dailies when there's severe weather going on. I do regular video forecasts as well throughout the week. So things you can kind of look forward to. And again, I try to play it even. I don't go too crazy here with weather stuff. But when I think it's going to be bad, you're going to know it. You're definitely going to know that. Yeah, weather prepared. That's right. That's our motto here, Erica. That's what I like to say. And JCH Riddy, thank you for being 7514. Thank you for coming on board here. Again, our motto here is to be prepared and not scared, because that I see so, especially on TikTok. I think TikTok's probably the absolute worst. There's some guys out there that are very bad. They'll use old weather data. They'll use just some stuff just really trying to get the clicks and the likes and all that stuff. Yeah, of course I'm trying to get, you're just doing this to get subscribers. Well, of course I am. I'm a YouTube channel. Of course I want to get subscribers. I want to build an audience, man. I don't want to talk to just me. I'm bored enough as is talking to myself. So talking to you guys is great. So, but those guys that deliberately lie and over exaggerate certain stuff just for financial reasons, I got a problem with that. It's got to be a balance. You got to have a balance, folks. I mean, we knew we were going to have severe weather today, but I didn't think I darn sure wasn't hyping this thing to death, nor did I think it was going to be a big deal. But I like to keep people prepared, especially those that may have a little bit of weather anxiety. And God knows we got enough of that going on. Weather anxiety has really become more of a problem, especially with social media. I think it's really gotten bad the last couple of years. So if I could help alleviate that problem, that also gives me another sense of purpose. All right, there, Tyler, check out that number, man. 7515, man. That's we just crossed 1,500 views right now, so not bad for a couple hours of watch time here. I think when we did our severe weather the other day, we did like 6 hours. I think we had 3,400 on that day. So that was not bad. All right, so we got Henry Sims is reporting some small hail in around the McDonough area with that line that moved through. How big was that hail in there? Was it like pea size? I would probably would be. Let me take a look and see what we got here. Yeah, I got a little bit. See the little blue in here? You got these little bit of hail. So probably very pea size or smaller. Here's a little hail down here. You got these. See, this is what I'm wondering about. Why is this stuff not gone warning? I mean, this is pretty decent hail here being picked up there in Harris County, north of Muskogee. I mean, all these are hailers, and these don't have. Look at this one. Wow, this one's got a real good hailer on this, and none of those have got a warning on it. I'm really kind of surprised. Kind of going on over there. Oops, let me get this real quick. I got a little text message here. All righty. Oh, they were very glad I was able to get somebody help. Let's switch down to this radar here. Look at that. Boy, this thing's almost perpendicular. Look at this. It's like almost exactly like the Chattahoochee River. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's something you don't see every day. Look at that, right up and down there. Pea size. Okay, that's what I suspected. So Henry Chims reporting pea size hail there in McDonough. Thank you for passing that along. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Check out the camera up here. This is the Rockdale camera. Oh, there you go. You can see the wall cloud there with that storm approaching there from the west. All right, we got to get 5 more likes, man. Let's get 5 more likes out there, and we got 100. And I could say we hit our 100 goal there on the like broadcast there. Let's get 5 more likes. If you like what you see here, that's a wall cloud there. That's coming in right here. So this is this cell here. So this camera's right here looking back to the west. So you can see this wall cloud coming right at. Just went over the Stockbridge area. Got to come into Conyers here pretty soon. Looks like Covington's going to get hit pretty good with some gusty winds. So here's our squall line right there. Coming out of the west here. Porterdale. Good storms here going through Zebulon and looking up to Barnesville. Milner. We'll probably get some more warnings up here into Forsyth here soon, just north of Macon. So Macon's probably going to be in the crosshairs. And thank you for that, you subscriber. Thank you. Keep that little roller thing going. I'm really surprised these storms down here have not warnings because there was some pretty good hail showing up in there. It must be just not quite severe criteria. And if you look here at the one thing that they do not put on here, then again, I didn't go to the settings. I probably could need to turn it on, but yeah, there's some special weather statements there being shown up in here. So these storms down here to the south, like this one here, is special weather statement, 50 mile per hour winds down here, and 40 mile per hour winds down here. So the other part of this line is not quite severe criteria. So you got these blue areas here. Here's the severe thunderstorm warning, and these are not quite special weather statements there. Yeah, someone was asking me during one of the broadcasts, and thank you for the subscriber, by the way. It says, hey, why don't you use the Ryan Hall mode for your broadcast? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that, dude. Spam 2. Oh, we got another one. Hold on, guys. This is the first, I want to tell you, this is the first time I've had a broadcast where I've had this as being a problem. So first time I've seen this. So give me 1 second here. I will grab him real fast. Da-da-da-da. And let's see here. And let's see, put user timeout, 24 hours. All right, I got the other spammer out of there. Yeah, when I see it, I mean, it's kind of interesting. My visit with Dr. Saad and his team was excellent from start to finish. I felt seen. I have no idea what the hell that is. Not a clue. But I just about in there. It's like, I don't know where these guys come from. Couldn't tell you. Maybe it's the YouTube algorithm finally showing us some love. I don't know. Hey, thank you, GJ, just subscribed. All right, y'all keep that subscriber thing going. And we did go over 100, by the way. We are over 102 on the likes, so we did hit that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, probably. I do have a couple of guys I do as far as the moderators are concerned, but we're okay. I don't mind doing it. It's pretty easy to go in there real quick and kind of bottom out. But if our channel gets big enough to a point to where we are getting, oh, there we go. We finally got a warning down where I was watching the hail down there. Oh, look at this. This is where that hail core was earlier. So we finally got a warning here. You guys down in the Columbus area, this is northeastern Muskogee County, southwestern Talbot, southeastern Harrison. Goes till 5 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm was located over Ellerslie and 11 miles southeast of Hamilton, moving east at 15. 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Thank you for that, subscriber. Again, that was that area, that was that hail core we were looking at just a minute ago. I was like, why they don't have a warning on that? I was a little bit, I was worried. Yeah, boom, look at that hail core right there, bam. See that thing just kind of spike up? Yeah, it really spiked up there. So Waverly Hall, Tableton, Upatoy, got a pretty good cell right there. So I got a really good thing. Ollie, come here. My dog's whining, which tells me the cat upstairs has decided to come down here. Oh, man. Well, man, I just don't know. All right, I did something a little different there. Let's see if that helps. I just reported this guy, and let's see here. So I just reported that one there as spam. So that whoever's coming in is doing it. So I'm doing my best to kind of police it up, guys. I wonder if this is the first time I've ever had this problem. So I wonder if I just reported that as spam. I went through and gave it that way. Hey, thank you there, famous Allison. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Yeah, I got them. I just that one I went in and reported. So I did report that up to the YouTube links. So in all the years that I've been, almost 2 years I've been doing this, is the first time we've actually been botted. So I guess that maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. You know, usually that means the bot has identified something with you.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
That's the warning we just did. Hey, hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. I got to see what my dog is whining at. But hold on one second. I'm going to mute this real quick. Stand by. I'll be right back. All right. Whoa, man. I've never been botted before. This is the first time. And wow, it's amazing. I've never had this problem before. But let's see here. Yeah, it's I've never seen that before. Oh, you think because we hit the 7,500 mark it triggered a bot? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I've never had it before, so it's kind of funny. I mean, it's not. I'll tell you what. I'm just going to leave it up over here. If I see it pop up, I'll keep doing the. It takes me like 2 clicks to do it, so it's not too bad. I just wonder about these things that come up. But yeah, this is the first time. It makes me wonder. I've never paid attention to the bigger channels to see how much of a problem it is for stuff like this. But it's something I definitely need to keep in mind in the future as we try to kind of get this thing going, and we try to grow. So you guys keep hitting that like button if you can, and we're up to 105 likes now. We're averaging about 4 minutes and 43 seconds. We've had about 1,600 views today, and just a little over 2 hours, so about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So definitely seeing some good audience growth today. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to subscribe, and hopefully I will live up to your expectation of professionalism, a little bit of fun. We got to have a little fun, you know. And but keep your weather safe and keep your weather aware here on the channel. You know what, Julie? I have no idea what the purpose is. I think it is just to tick people off. You know, the scam, this like the spammer who messed with me on Facebook. But I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. In fact, I need to go over here. Oh, I want to get y'all's opinion on something. Here's something we can discuss here for a second. Hey, there we go. Boom. I got to do that. Just did a little. Hey, there you go. Let's share. I want to share this. Here's another milestone for y'all. If y'all can see right there. 10,001 followers right there on the Facebook. 10,001. We just hit 10,000 on the Facebook today. So I'm feeling very good today, guys. We hit 10,000 on Facebook. We hit 7,500 on YouTube. I'm feeling a mile high right now. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, report them as spam. That's a good thing. Garrett, that's a good thing. Yeah, report them as spam. It's definitely a spam bot. I reported one of them as. Go on in there. Oh, Gwinnett County, you guys got some storms moving in right now, but not bad for you guys. There's Gwinnett right here. Looks like a little bit of gap in that line, too. Looks like southern Gwinnett will have the strongest there. But there's the top of that going through there. Just some heavy rains. Not too bad. Eric, what do you got there, Erica? Oh. I don't think they're messing with my little channel. Let me put it this way. I very seriously doubt that the two big channels, Max and, you know, we'll call it Max Hall, they have no idea who I am, my channel, probably never seen it. They'll have no clue what the hell I am. I'm not even a tick on their butt like a dog's butt, man. They have no idea who I am. They could care less. I am no threat. I am no threat to them.
New information. This flash flood warning has been updated.
But I do appreciate you guys checking out and liking our channel. Have a good day. Hey, you too there. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully, insert name here. Hopefully, we'll see you again in a future broadcast again. I think we're starting to make some headway now. I'm starting to feel a little bit as we grow our audience and we can add some more in here, especially with the upcoming hurricane season and things going on. I really think we're kind of getting our way. Like I said, the sooner we get to 10,000, the better. Because YouTube folks I've heard several of them tell me, get to 10,000. YouTube algorithm will start showing you a little more respect. So hopefully we'll get there. Hey, Irish Queen's in the house. Hey, Roger. Yeah, we just hit 7,500 today. That's really good. Oh, by the way, I've got I found a new hat, a new Gaelic hat I gotten from the Book of Kells to replace this hat. So this one was getting kind of ragged. Oh, new warning finally down here in Columbus. Hey, we've been waiting on this. I was waiting on this for a while here. This is for northwestern Marion, Muskogee County, northern Chattahoochee, and southwestern Tabot. Goes till 5 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending from Flat Rock to Custer Road Terrace, moving east at 40. That's on Fort Benning. So we got a pretty good thunderstorms here. I was waiting for this to occur. Remember, I was saying as soon as they merged, we thought we would get some thunderstorms that would flare up, and they finally did through Muskogee and Waverly counties, up to Waverly Hall, heading into Talbot and into Harris County. So everything we were talking about earlier is definitely starting to check out there. And we've got the southern part of this line here going through the middle of Georgia right now. I got you, Carl. I appreciate it. You guys keep checking back with us. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button before any of y'all leave. Very, very important, and helps out bringing additional folks. We like to try to get as many viewers down here as possible for whatever limited time broadcasting we can do. No, I know there were some models that were showing something spin up, but no hurricane in Florida next week. No, the GFS model was kicking up something into the Gulf, but I'm not seeing anything there just yet. Water temperatures out there are warm, but nothing imminent coming just yet. And be careful those guys that post anything out there that's beyond, say, a week, 10 days out. Come on. I mean, get me inside about 5 to 7 day window. That's a pretty good window. But if anybody's posted something, oh, look at the model showing out for 10 days. No, it's. I can promise you, if it's 10 days out, it won't be there tomorrow. I just saw on TikTok saying we're going to get wrecked. Where are you at, New Era Gaming? Depends on where you're at. If you're up in Atlanta, you're okay. You ain't got to worry about up that way. Just looking at rain here. Dahlonega, Gainesville. Looking at some pretty good rains here. Dahlonega is going to get wet. Helen's going to get wet. Brazelton, where I'm at. See the storms here coming through Gwinnett, Lawrenceville, Snellville. Looks like the worst is over for the metro Atlanta area. Columbus area is getting hit pretty good, at least just to the east of town now. Oh, Florida. Nah, you guys are okay down there. You're okay. Nothing coming. Nothing. No hurricanes coming your way. And if someone on TikTok says a hurricane's coming your way, no. That's probably my biggest concern. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a couple of TikTokers out there, especially when it comes to hurricane season. They post bogus stuff all the time, and they do it for the clicks and all the stuff, whatever kind of monetization they've got going on. It drives me bat crazy. There's one, I can't remember that one guy last year. God, he was terrible. Just absolutely terrible. I'm looking at the long range here. The 12Z. A couple of waves there. And there goes. So right now, the long range model, GFS, is showing something at 300 hours. That's like 12 days out in the Gulf of Mexico, showing a tropical storm. And then it kind of loops over into as a hurricane in the middle of the Gulf over toward Texas in 384 hours. But my rule of thumb is this. I look for consistency. Anything in that 7 to 10 day window, I'm looking to see if it's there from one day to the next. When it gets inside 7 days, then I start worrying a little bit. And then we do a 5-day projection from there on out. But anything beyond 10 days, don't worry about it. That's my rule. Yeah, ain't that the truth? I've seen that in Columbus over the years. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Tyler, I'm telling you, I'm really concerned about the bogus stuff for those guys heading on out there. We're up to 100. We're up to 110 here on our channel. Hey, do you think we can make a? Hey, Tyler, do you think we can make a run at 75.50 on the subscriber thing? We're at 75.23. What do you think, Tyler? Do you think we can get there? I don't know. It all depends on the guys out there. If y'all can help us out. Again, we're a small YouTube channel, so whenever we get opportunities to grow our channel, when the big boys aren't broadcasting, we got to try to take advantage of it. So if you can help us out here a little bit and hit that subscribe button, and that way, if you'd like to participate in our coverage in the future, it'd be great to have. Another thing I think I've detected with the YouTube algorithm, whenever we get new subscribers and we have successful broadcasts, I think it's like it puts it in its fine-tuned memory, so when the next time comes around, it's not quite as hard to do as the previous time. So anything you guys could do is a big deal. Positive G, siren. Are you hearing sirens somewhere? Is that what you're saying? Where are you located at? Are you there down there in the Columbus area where they're getting these pretty hefty thunderstorms right now? Near Waverly Hall, Talbotton. That's some pretty good storms here. Look at the velocity here on this. I got some pretty good winds in here. Not bad. And thank you for those subscribers. That's what I'm talking about. 25. Let's see if we get 25 more subscribers in there, man. And I do appreciate this, by the way, because this saves me money. I'll tell you, to advertise on YouTube to get subscribers, you can get them. But it comes out to like 65, 70 cents per subscriber. When you spend $100, you might get, well, you spend $100, you might get about 170 subscribers. That's expensive. Facebook is a little bit cheaper. My Facebook advertising, I can get a new follow. I do like $10 a day, and I can get like 100. So it's like 10 cents, about 10 cents for a follower. YouTube's expensive, so so anything you guys can do to help this man out, because I basically any kind of earnings out with YouTube, I give back to him for advertising. So you guys subscribe to the channel helps me out, saves me some money. I appreciate that. And thank you, Marcus Ward. Marcus Ward, you were 7526. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Now, notice this stuff here across southwest Georgia here, getting these stuff that's out ahead of this main squall line again. Again, the same thing we've been talking about all day. And thank you for that subscriber there, 7527, is that these storms, as they form out ahead of the main squall line, where they can merge together, they can pulse up severe, they can potentially spin up isolated tornadoes. The tornado risk is only running about 2%. But again, you got to watch those areas there for the storms. Now, Metro Atlanta, you're good. North Georgia, you're good. Well, it's interesting. I need to go over to weather-wise. I want to see if they've. If the Storm Prediction Center has changed this at all. And I think they've trimmed it down. Notice they've taken a lot of North Georgia here out of the marginal now. They got it down, so they've kind of taken it up to the I-20, and then they kind of carried it on down here. So this is our territory here. This is where that warm sector is. This is where that air is the juiciest. Again, look at these temperatures down here. Got 84. I mean, again, much warmer. It's south of this boundary. 84 degrees, 81 degrees, 90 degrees down in Albany, 86. So much warmer there. Got a new warning. Let's go over to let's go check this out. I heard the alert tone. Wait for it. Oh, it's somewhere else. Oh, that's out in Texas. Hey, finally got something out in Texas going. I've been waiting for this. Yeah, the Texas stuff was going to be popping late today. So this is out toward Texas. This is for southwestern Reeves and north central Jeff Davis. Goes until 4:15. So that's out toward. Now Texas. We were talking about this earlier. If you guys hadn't seen some of the hail that's come out of Texas in the last couple of months, they had 6-inch hail, like 5.9 inches size hail out there in Texas yesterday. Unbelievable. And they may flirt with that again. I think today. It's been definitely in the cards here for a while. Barb W is saying it's pouring in Blairsville right now. And let me introduce y'all to my little puppy here. I like to introduce the dog every now and then. So this is Oliver. He's coming over and asking for attention. He was boarded for 4 days. He was in boarding while we were down in Florida. So he's wanting attention right now. He keeps coming over here and asking me to pet him a little bit because he didn't get his car ride today. But he's good. He's a good dog. He's 13 years old. He's a little Jack Russell. So, and the cats keep aggravating him too. So, and thank you for that new subscriber. I appreciate that. Hey, no problem. Hey, you guys take it easy. Appreciate you checking on back here. That's Oliver. That's his name, Ollie. And then my daughter's cat's upstairs and she's meowing and wanting attention and drives the dog a little crazy. Yeah, he's a good dog, except when he gets out. He gets outside, he's gone. He don't listen to me for nothing. We'll got to continue to watch that. Let's keep that subscriber count going, my friends. You guys, we are a small YouTube channel. We need every new subscriber we can get when we have these opportunities. When the Godfather, Mr. Ryan Hall, and Max Velocity are not on, when those two big guys that got 4 million subscribers between the two of them, when they're not on, we get opportunity to grow our channel a little bit. So if you can help us out and hit that subscribe button, let us be one of your weather sources. I always tell folks to go with who they're comfortable with. I always say that. But if you want somebody who's a meteorologist who's been doing this for a little while and enjoys doing it, hopefully find this a little entertaining as well, give you guys some one-on-one attention here on the chat. Please, it'd be an honor and privilege to be one of y'all subscribers out there. One thing I'll say has humbled me with YouTube is when I first started, I was like, oh, I could do that. This is gonna be easy. Yeah, I can do this. I can have all this delusions of grandeur and all this stuff. And then once I started doing it, I started realizing, ooh, it's a lot harder than it looks. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of patience, takes a lot of timing, takes a lot of learning too. And learning to adjust and everything. So that's what we're doing here. We got to take our opportunities as best we can to kind of get it going. Hey, Ash, what you got there? Not a problem, Ash. I'm glad to be here. Oh, our spam bot's back. Let's get back. Let me get him out of there. Hold on. Let me get him out of here. I see our spam bot returned. Let's see. Let's see. Good. Let's see. Let's see. Confirmed. There we go. All right, and now I'm going to report him. Let's see. Report. And all right, you guys do the same thing. Report that dude. I just got him in there. Upward Mobile just subscribed. Well, thank you, Upward Mobile. Thank you for coming on board. You're number 7531. Thank you for coming on board there. Yeah, we've been dealing with this spam guy pretty much all afternoon. That's the first. Rasheen, I tell you, it's the first time we've ever been botted. I don't know if that says something about the channel's health. Maybe we're getting some good responses from you guys out there. We're adding new subscribers to the channel. We're growing a little bit. Maybe we've attracted some unwanted attention. I don't know, but it's the first time we've ever had to deal with it. I'm gonna look here at the Ville. I want to look at the hail in here. See if we got any other hailers in here. Ooh, yeah, look at this. See all these hailers in here? We got hail all up and down here. You're just coming across all these potential warnings here. All of these, every last one of these could be warning here pretty soon. I was noticing that squall line was starting to look a little more intense. So Americus, Albany, going into Southwest Georgia, definitely need to watch that. And the air is much more buoyant up there. There's our spam guy. I reported that one. A hurricane will hit Florida in 5 days. Prepare now. A hurricane will Florida. There is no hurricane hitting Florida in 5 days. I can tell you that right now. And if anybody tells you there's a hurricane coming to Florida in 5 days, no, there's not. Okay. Now, I just looked at the long-range GFS. I think the closest thing I see out there is like 11, 12 days out. Constant problem there, puppy. Oh, you're done. Doggy, why are you being a little pain? Why are you begging for attention today? You don't normally come over here and mess with me. Huh? You're just being a little pain. My little logo. Yeah, I don't know the deal on those spammers. I'll have to check on that a little bit. I'll do a little research on it. Because like I said, the first time I've had this pop up in our feeds here. I want to go over here to the satellite here. One thing I do like to look at. Oh, of course, it's updating. I hate that. I hate that. Whenever I see it come down, that's usually a statement that tells me they're a little bit out on there. So there's our no new watches out there in Texas yet, but that's coming. Those out there in California, that's heat wave stuff. They got heat advisories, 110 degree temperatures plus out in California. Looks like they're updating some of the watches here. So let's go to weather tap here. Yep, they just trimmed away some more counties. Just dropped that off. So as the line continues to go deeper into Georgia, they'll continue to trim those counties out. So it looks like most of Alabama's about out of it. That's some good news there. Come back over here. So we're up to 123 likes right now. Yeah, one of the things when I watch some of the bigger channels when they get their we've been averaging about 75 to looks like around 75 to 80 on our view watch thing. When those guys are going, they got several thousand, and their subscribes will almost move like a damn odometer. It's like going. Obviously, you got if you guys don't know, the Starship's going to launch later today. At least it's supposed to, if the weather doesn't cancel the flight. And when those Starship broadcasters, when they get like several thousand on there watching their subscriber thing, will move like a dang odometer, and these guys get so excited. It's like an adrenaline rush for those guys. So me, just give me my 50, give me my 100 at a time. I'm all for. I'm good to go. Thank you very much. Thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you. So. But I'm gonna watch the hopefully the thing gets off the pad and doesn't blow up this time. I think they've really put a lot of extra effort into it, and it'll be good to go. And I really think that thing's really gonna transform our space industry. Let's go down in here. These storms out ahead of these storms, they're really starting to spike up here a little bit. This is I think we're gonna get some new warnings down in this area here real soon. So getting awfully close to Americus, Elville, Butler. I think all these 3 cities in here might be in the path to see some more warnings here. Becky Duran. Bucky. Well, thank you, Becky. You were number 7534. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. I want to make sure this is still working here. No. Okay. I just noticed that, guy. That last update that I did, I'm not sure if I can pop this back out again. I noticed that my chat stopped working, and it's not working over here either from that last spammer that hit us. So hold on one second. I'm going to close this down, see if I can pop it back up. I've never done this before. We're going to give it a shot. So hold on one second. I think I can. Oh, I can see. Oh, I can see him in there now. Okay, I got it. I got to pop it back out. There he goes. All right, I got him. I got him. I got him. I see that in here. Hold on for a second. He overloaded my feed there for a second. So let me go ahead and let me report him first. And let me go over here and do. Here we go. Boom. All right, I just cleared him out. Yeah, he overloaded he overloaded. Thank you, Karen Sanders. Thank you. You're 7535. Thank you. You guys keep those subscribers going, man. Let's keep that thing going. Maybe we can make a run at 7,600. That'd be pretty cool. Like I said, we're trying to get to 10,000 by 1 October. So if we can kick 50 or 100 of these off at a time, it'll just make it that much easier, especially when we get into hurricane season. Because you know we're going to lose some weather. It's going to go down here a little bit. So, yes, I could see you. Yes, I could see you. I got your chats back. Yeah, I had to. What happened was he overloaded my thing, and then it wasn't scrolling at all. So I wasn't seeing it, so I had to close the window and open it back up. Hey, JD Studios. Hey, good to see you. Hi. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for that new subscriber, 7536. All right, we got our stuff going. Yeah, we got to watch the stuff here. We may get some new warnings here very shortly. I'm getting some heavy rain outside my place just moving on through. I can hear the rain's coming in here. Well, that JD, whoever that JD is a bot. Wow. All right, so that's the bot. Has anybody ever had this happen to them before? Do they know how to get this? I mean, I don't. I mean, I could go in here and report them, which is what I'm doing right now. And then I just I'm just putting them out of there for a while. So yeah, it's kind of, yeah. I'm watching it there. I'm watching it. I'm gonna leave it up here, and I'm blocking it. Yeah. So just y'all keep reporting. Again, I don't know if this is just somebody who's sitting on his computer and he's bored out of his mind and decided he just wants to harass us. I don't know. I don't know if it's a bot thing, but I am reporting them, and I am moving them out. So it's kind of a weird situation. I've just never seen it happen. Has anybody ever seen that happen on any of the weather channels, including the big boys? Has that been a problem? I've just never paid attention to it before, and it's the first time we've ever had it happen to us. So I don't know if it's just something. Yeah, same persons with their sock accounts. They probably got like 100 of bogus accounts, a bunch of bots, and they just keep kind of hitting us. At least he's telling people to subscribe. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's not the kind of help I want. I don't need a bot to come in here and disrupt our broadcasts. You say it's fairly common? Okay. But hey, that doesn't stop any of you guys out there in the YouTube world. If you like to have good weather coverage, good conversation, not over the top weather, not going to scare the chance out. Now, I will get serious when I have to. I think my regulars will tell you that. I will tell you when you need to be serious about something. Obviously, we got the thunderstorms and severe weather watching through Georgia right now. But if you'd like to join our family, again, you're more than happy to do so. Look, I got some really great things lined up for hurricane season. Hopefully a couple of guests that I'll bring on board here to help me simulcast during hurricane season. I'm really hoping to do that, pull that off. A couple of maybe former Weather Channel folks, I'm hoping. Hoping to bring on board here to kind of help us out during hurricane season. Thank you for that subscriber. And yeah. Well, you know what, Roz, I'm going in there. It gives me the opportunity to go in there and to report them, but I'm not been able to ban them. I've been able to put user in timeout. I can remove. I'll have to figure out how to go in there and block those people. I'll have to figure that out. Thank you for that new subscriber. Yeah, y'all keep that subscribe thing rolling. So I think we've figured some things out for you, our normal viewers out there. Obviously, the best things for us to do is to pick the days when we know the big boys aren't broadcasting. And thank you, Kate Etheridge. Kate Etheridge, you just became 7540. Man, keep that thing going, guys. So we just got to pick our days when we want to do this, and just know that when we do compete against the bigger channels on those days, we're not going to get the same love. And don't take it personal, although I can't help myself sometimes. And but hopefully give you guys good service, which is what that's all we intend to do here. It looks like yeah, we thought JD was a legit person and it was a spam bot. I was very happy. Looks like did they expand that? No, I don't think I expanded that. Hold on, I want to double check something real quick, guys. I think they may have expanded that watch box. Let's see here. No, they did not. I thought they were expanding it here for a second. Look at those temperatures in North Georgia. 60, 59, 63, 65. It's all stable, man. That thing was, that wedge really did some wonders on protecting us from thunderstorms up here in North Georgia. Central Georgia, not the same. And just look at the temperature difference. Just look at the difference between the two. Let me zoom in here again. You see that frontal system there at 66, 70, 78, 84, 88, 86. So the air down here is very moist, very buoyant. That's going to support your thunderstorms. And then all this up here is just kind of being driven by dynamics, mostly just some wind energy up here. But much, much stabler air and just steady rains here. Now, we are going to get some more stuff out of here. We got another flash flood warning up here across northern Alabama up here. I see that. But our active warnings here are just to the east of Columbus right now. So south of Macon, it looks like. South of Warner Robins, maybe. Might get up into that way. And it's 80 degrees there in Warner Robins. So I think that front's a little bit north of there. Kind of looking at that, where that front is, and the temperature, the fact it's above 80. I think that's what that's at. There's our system. Now, the good news is once this thing goes by, let me zoom in a little closer. Once this thing goes by, I don't see any real big organized chances of severe weather. Probably not until we get to next week. I think when we get to next week, we're going to see, especially when we get toward the 3rd of June, I think we'll see some more organized, bigger events out toward the plains. But for the most part, I think this is really kind of our last big severe weather. There, you kind of see up there above me, you see the day, that's day 1 right now, but it cycles through for day 2 and day 3. You can see the next couple of days is kind of more of a moderate risk for severe weather there. So, hey, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. We're coming up on 2,000 views here on our broadcast as we're kind of watching the severe weather here coming through Georgia right now. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It does help our little channel. We've added, what have we added today here so far today? We've added 56, I think, 56 today so far. So if you could help us out here, maybe we can get closer to 100. That'd be pretty good. Our goal, hopefully, is to get to 10,000 by 1 October. So
New information. This severe
all right, that's
thunderstorm
they just
warning has been
updated this
updated.
warning here. Let's check a look at this one. The other one has gone away. This one's got 9 more minutes. This is for northwestern Marion, Muskogee, Chattahoochee, and Talbot. Goes till 5 o'clock. I still think they're going to see new warnings here out ahead of this. Butler, Reynolds, Buena Vista, Ellaview. I think, especially up here toward the north, as these cells begin to merge, I think we might see some additional warnings in this area here soon. But it looks like the worst is over for Columbus. You guys watching from Columbus, I think the heaviest of the rain has moved out of your area. Just a plain old steady rain back behind this thing. So you can clearly see where the most convective stuff is. And thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you. You can see where the most convective stuff here is just by looking at the nature of the radar. You see how sharp this is, how crisp it is as far as the color contrast. And then you see how fuzzy it is back behind this. This is a stable general rain, okay? When you see a sharp divide like that, that's thunderstorms, that's convection. So that's what we're seeing there from the east of Griffin, coming all the way back to the east of Columbus and coming down in here to our Chattahoochee County and Stewart County, and then getting to Sierra South that you follow. So that's our line right there. As the air mass is pretty juicy, very warm, very buoyant here. So Macon and Perry are probably going to get some bad weather here a little bit later. And then we'll get some more storms a little bit later tonight. But those next storms that come in overnight tonight, those will not be severe. Not expecting that. We're up to 131 on our likes counter too. So if you can hit the like button there as well, I do appreciate it. Did I lose my chat again? I did. I got botted again, guys. Sorry, I noticed that nothing was coming. Hold on a second. I'm going to pull it back up again. I got botted again. I've been getting botted all afternoon. It's been a little bit aggravating, I'll tell you that. There it is. I will block him out in a second. Hold on a second. And pop out chat. There we go. When I don't see it moving, I can tell when something's going on there. So there we are. Okay, I think we got it back. There we go. I got the scroll going again. There we go. Yep, you're back. I don't know. It's really weird. It's so weird when that bot closes off like that. So I may have inadvertently done that myself though. So I think I inadvertently closed that. The way the Chat Ninja works is it takes the pop-out box from the YouTube feed and it scrolls it in there. If I close that chat box out, it will not scroll. So I think I did that. That was me. That was my fault. That was user error. See the quad view here. See how the camera's looking out there? Mobile's looking better. Auburn's looking a little better. Austell's still looking at the wet weather there. And Dalton, I think the rain's pushed through your area right now. But got a new warning. Let's go back over to that. Probably Texas if I had to take a ballpark guess because I didn't see it in that area. Yep, back here toward Texas. We got a new warning out here toward Texas. Yeah, this stuff was going to fire off late and was going to go late. That's got some hail in there, no shock.
A new severe
Northwestern
thunderstorm has been
Brewster County goes till 4:45. Severe thunderstorm was located near Alpine, moving northeast at 15. Another thing I'm seeing out here in Texas, I'm not seeing any storm chasers out here. I don't see any of their little things, so I think the chasers decided they're taking the day off too. Oh, we got a tornado report here from that tornado one we had earlier. I just noticed we got a tornado report here. Look at this here. Look at this. Trees down along Ropeville Road. A barn had its roof torn off. Tornado centers noted by the the Peachtree City radar. So that one we had that spin up along the line earlier. It looks like we did get a tornado report out of that. So we got one right there, right near Ropeville. So we did have that earlier tornado warning was confirmed tornado. So we did have a tornado today. So we said an isolated tornado was possible, and that's we got our isolated tornado. Hey, Treasure Home, good to see you. Welcome back to the broadcast. We've been having to deal with bots today. We've never had to deal with that on our broadcast before. I guess we're getting too big for our own britches, I guess. No, we're not. We're far from it. We're far from it. Yeah, and because of that, we've been able to grow the channel today some, which has been pretty good. We've had almost 2,000 views today in less than 3 hours, so that's pretty good. So the fact that we were able to broadcast while the other guys are not on has made it a little easier for us. So for you guys who are joining us for the first time, and if you haven't subscribed yet and you'd like to consider us as one of your YouTube sources, I know you've got a lot of them out there. You go to whoever you like. Please consider it be an honor and privilege to be one of your sources out there. I do severe weather dailies when it's required on a day like today, or weather videos and stuff. I try to give it to you straight. I don't treat every storm as the storm of the century. So, but to try to give it to you straightforward. I am a meteorologist. I'm not a weather enthusiast. I'm not a weather analyst. I am a meteorologist. I've been doing this since 1997. So I do appreciate you guys helping to support the channel. So I got another tour. I'm sorry, I'm not going to Mexico. Is that Mexico? Oh no, that's Texas. It's barely in line. I thought that was Mexico for a second. South Central Brewster County in southwestern Texas. Storm moving northeast at 25. That's out in no man's land.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Yeah, these ones out here in Texas, I'm telling you tonight, I think we might see some baseball-sized hail again from those like they had yesterday. Seeing some storm damage reports down here from the southern cell. Seeing these little damage reports here. So we're starting to get some reports filling in now. So there we are. We've had 18 so far. 1 tornado warning, 17 wind damage reports, and only a couple of hail reports. But we've had some damage reports today. Tasha, good to see you. Welcome back. Yeah, I made it big time that I got trolled. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it, I guess. But we also hit 10,000 on my Facebook account. Oh, they updated the counties here. Let's go look at that real quick. Looks like they've cut back some counties. Yep, they cut off some ones here on the northern part of that.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
That's the one out in Texas. We're not going to worry about that too much. The y'all bot got lonely today. He's not on there. Yeah, you know what? If I'm getting trolled by the Godfather, then God bless him. I don't think so. No, but that's funny. That's hilarious. Oh, that's funny. No, I'll say it before and I say it again. I ain't a tick on that dog's butt, man. He don't care less. He don't care less about me. We're just a little weather channel trying to do our best job, trying to find our way in this very cluttered YouTube universe with storm chasers and weather enthusiasts and, legitimate meteorologists and not legitimate meteorologists and cry wolf people and over the top people and fair-minded people, and it's just a mismatch out there. So we're just trying to find our way and trying to find our audience, and we're getting there little by little, step by step. We're getting there. Okay, so Meriwether County's just been canceled out of, they're canceling out some more of the watch boxes here. So they're dropping these ones down around Metro Atlanta now. I was like, there's no way that was going until 9 o'clock. We knew that. We knew that going in. So all warnings now here in Georgia are out. I don't think we're through yet. I think we'll get some new warnings here. I think we're just taking a collective battle pause right now. Y'all bot loves everybody. I've actually had a lot of viewers that have told me that they don't like that thing. To each his own. I would never use something like that. That's just, I understand why he got it, especially with the numbers of people and stuff that he's got on there, but I just don't feel comfortable with anything like that. So, to each his own. That's all I can say. That's yet incredibly annoying. Amen to that. Yeah, I had folks hitting me over the weekend saying, "Hey, you gonna do anything live?" I said, "No, I was down in Pensacola, Florida." Down there, I was updating my local Facebook channel, but wasn't doing anything. And I did post on YouTube that I was going to be out for the Memorial Day weekend, so I did push that on there too, so folks knew where I was. So, thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you, I appreciate that. Only got to get 8 more. Can we get 8 more subscribers? Can we get to 75, 50? That's a nice round number. 50 increments is pretty good. You want to help us out and try to get 8 more subscribers there? Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'll pass on the bots too. I'm not a fan. Let's see if we can get 8 more subscribers out of the viewership out there. We're averaging about 5 minutes and 18 seconds. So we've had pretty good turnover today. We've had over 2,000 views and 137 likes. So statistically, that's a good update. They've just added a watch box out in Texas now. So let's go talk about that. I'll zoom back out to kind of show that real quick. I never assumed that all our people are just watching from Georgia. So hold on one second. Let me go back out to that. And I'll pull this back out. So hold on one second. So they just added a new watch box here. Hold on a second. Pull this back out. There they are right there. So there we go. I'll kind of put this in both of them here. There's our 2 watch boxes. One here in Georgia and one over here toward Texas and New Mexico. New Mexico's got a couple of them in there too. So those are 2 watch boxes. And thank you for those 2 new subscribers. All right. 6 more to go. 6 more to go. Hoo, hoo. I feel like Tim Allen sometimes. It's an acquired taste. Annoying sometimes, yes, but a serious sense of humor. Okay, yeah, that's true. Hey, thank you, Bran Flakes. Oh, I love your name, dude. Bran Flakes. Thank you for being 7544. Thank you. And for those who don't know, that Streamlabs program does not alert me on everybody that does come through. So I will always stop and say thank you to everybody, even if it doesn't alert me. So just want to let you know about that. Got McDonough, Georgia in the house. Yeah, you got some storms move through there. And hey, Derek, I'm assuming you were on the Facebook, North Georgia First Alert Facebook page too. So glad you watched me over there. Although I do tailor that for North Georgia, and there's a reason for that. A lot of my research indicated a lot of North Georgia felt like that everything was about Metro Atlanta. And they felt like they were left out. And I really tailored that for North Georgia. And we've had a lot of growth and a lot of stuff going there for the North Georgia area. Because that's where I live. I live in Brazelton, up in Northeast Georgia, up 85, up near Chateau Lawn. And thank you for that new subscriber. So we're tailoring this thing for them. But this is my national platform where I can kind of blend the both. That's my little spinning wheel down there has got the North Georgia First Alert logo and my Weather Nerds logo. So it's a chance for me to kind of do both platforms at the same time. So again, appreciate you guys doing that. Keep hitting that like button if you can. Hit that subscribe button. Again, it looks like the warnings here have really tailed it off here across Georgia for the moment. I'm going to go here for a few more minutes. I'd like to get that last 5, man. I'd really love to get that. Can y'all help? Let's. I don't want to close the broadcast just yet. I want to get that 7550. I think that'd be a really, really cool thing to hit. So if you haven't subscribed or consider it, again, love to be one of your all sources. I do appreciate you guys helping our struggling little channel out on a day like today. Let me go back out here to Texas. I want to see what's going on here real quick. Looks like a bunch of little individual cells look like. Yeah, there's just little itty bitty cells out here. No man's land. Go back over to Atlanta. I see another damage report here in trees down the intersection of Dark Road and Herring Road. Possible brief tornadic spin up. That was that tornado cell we were watching earlier as that was moving on through. Got some sporadic ones there. Let's see the chat number here. See the storm reports here that's updated here a little bit. Yep, hole in 18. I thought we'd get a little more activity than what we're seeing so far today, to be honest with you. That'd be a little bit more. Not a lot more, but just a little more. So canceling off that stuff. So let me go ahead and show you this. This is I'll put this on here for you guys to kind of watch. This is what you guys are going to see. If you look in my phone right there, if you look at right there in the Western Gulf, you're going to probably see that all over social media saying hurricane the Gulf or certain Texas or something. That, my friend, is 384 hours out. That's like 3 weeks out. 15 days out. Way too far out. So please, this season, when we're getting ready to hurricane season, if you see somebody posting something that is that far away, don't worry about it. Please wait until we get something that's inside that 7-day window to kind of see. We'll look for forecast trends. That's what I look at for long-range modeling. Is I look for something. Are we getting consistency from one model run to the next model run? Because what will happen is this model run will say, "Ooh, there's something there." Next model run, nope, it's gone. So you got to look for that model consistency. But we are going to be looking at an active phase, not to mention the fact that we also have a lot of Saharan dust. You guys in the southeast, by the way, here in the next couple of weeks, may notice that the sunsets might be a little more orange than they usual because some of the Saharan dust might kick into the southeast over the next week. Just again to give you a heads up on that. And I'll probably do a weather feature here on the Weather Nerds YouTube channel to talk about that a little bit in the days ahead. So appreciate that. Woo! All righty. Looks like things are settling down here in Georgia here for the moment. Looks like it's still decent thunderstorms, but let me look at the rainfall totals on this real quick. See how we're doing on rain totals here. Oh yeah, getting some very good rain totals here. Look at these have made some gully washers. Let's let me loop this stuff. This may be this could be from other stuff. Let's go back 50 frames here. Yeah, that's old stuff. That's what I thought. I'm waiting to see how much they've added on top of that. So it looks like about another inch or so. So you can see the heavy rain kind of coming on here. See that went up a whole inch. So it looks like the locally heavy rains that came about an inch out of some of these storms. They hadn't reset that that rainfall counter there. No problem, Barb. You guys take it easy. Appreciate it. We're up to 140 on the like count. We need 5 more subscribers. Can we try to get 5 more subscribers? I'd like to try to get 5. I really would. I'd like to close down the broadcast at 7550. That'd be a really great number. And for being a small YouTube channel, there we got 1 more. I got to get 4 more. Being a small YouTube channel, we got to pick our battles. We got to pick our times to try to grow the channel. And today's been a successful broadcast for everybody, for us. So if you guys can help us out, appreciate it. Hopefully we'll have you back again in the future. This upcoming hurricane season, we'd like to be one of your sources there. Well, hurricanes is really kind of my thing. I really take a lot of pride in our coverage for that. Thank you for that subscriber. And hopefully we'll keep you guys informed, little entertained, have you prepared, not scared. Again, that's our motto here on the channels. Be prepared, not scared. I got to work that into somewhere here. I got a nice little logo for it. I got to figure out where I'm going to put it. And keep you guys ready to go for this upcoming hurricane season. Hey, Tasha, you have a good evening. Hey, Roberto Cruz just subscribed. Well, thank you, Roberto. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you for coming on board. Welcome aboard. Bye, Barb. Only got to get 3 more. We got 140. Like I said, we had a good broadcast today. I'm very, very pleased and very grateful and very thankful to all you guys that have taken the time. To me, if you're taking the time to watch the broadcast, listen to us a little bit, take the time, whether you're in your remote or on your phone, to sit there and go, yeah, I can watch him later. And, hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. I really do. I know it's a lot of glamour, a lot of glitz out there in the YouTube universe and stuff, and people go a little over the top of that stuff. For me, it's all about building a good audience, and it's playing that YouTube algorithm game that we like to talk about all the time. It's tough sometimes. It can be humbling sometimes. It can be aggravating sometimes. But knowing that if we do the small things that gets us there to where building an effective audience where we can maintain an audience and do great weather coverage, because my TV days are behind me. I won't say never work in TV again. I could see myself maybe freelancing or filling for a TV station maybe in the future. But as far as me doing it as a full-time job, no, I probably will never do that again. This is my full-time job. Between the YouTube channel, my local channel, I do 40 to 50 hours a week, and I don't get paid a dime. I don't get paid anything. Now, hopefully, in time, we'll get it to a point where we can get advertisers, sponsors, and maybe I can make a little money at it. But for right now, this is strictly just for love of passion and serving you guys. I was in the military for 30 years, and it was all about service, and those days are behind me. So this is just another way of me replacing that service. My wife will tell you that ever since I was 20 years old, I've had 3 jobs, and I still have 3 jobs. This one, my dental connections job, which is my little part-time business I got, and then taking care of my dad, who's a retired veteran who's in assisted living. So between these 3 things, I got 3 jobs. That is true. All right. All right. This is what I'm gonna do. I want to stay on here for we'll go to 5:30. We'll see if this stuff in Georgia does not flare up anymore. But it looks like we're getting almost down another 15 minutes. But I'm not going anywhere just yet. We'll see if we can get. Let's see if we can squeak out 3 more subscribers. We're up to 141 likes. Viewership was 5 minutes and 29 seconds today, guys. And for those who don't watch YouTube regularly, it's all about the stats when you're a small channel. And statistically, it's all about, oh, how many subscribers did he add? How many likes did he get? How many comments did he get? Now, inadvertently, by the way, those bots may have actually helped us a little bit, because I do know that the comments does help with the YouTube algorithm a little bit as well. So maybe indirectly, even though it was annoying, may have helped us a little bit in that area. Thank you. I did 30 years in the Army Reserve, 10 years on active duty, and 6 deployments. So I appreciate that. I appreciate your guys' support. My dad did 20 years on the regular Army, and he's a retired Vietnam veteran. So, yeah, puppy. Let's see here. I'm checking the latest from the SPC here. Oh, here's something I wanted to ask you guys. Thoughts? Y'all put this in the questions down below. There's an entity. I'm not going to say who they are, because I don't want to bring undue attention to them just yet. But this company, and I think they're a company, and they're a legitimate company, and they have a weather service and stuff, that they, I guess, of what happened in, and thank you for the new subscriber, by the way. What happened in St. Louis a couple weeks ago, we were covering that storm live here, where the warning didn't go out, the alert didn't go out. And thank you. We only got to get one more. Keep it going. They decided that they want to start issuing their own severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warnings. Now, my thoughts on that. And there we go. We hit that 75.50. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. If y'all want to keep subscribing, though, y'all can keep doing it, though. We hit our milestone, but you can keep doing it. So my concern about a company issuing their own alerts is I'm concerned about the people being confused. And Trusty Killa just subscribed. Thank you, Trusty Killa. You are 75.50. So my concern out there is if one entity is issuing that Scheme 43, thank you for subscribing. So my concern out there is that folks will be confused. If the Weather Service is issuing a warning or doesn't issue a warning, but this other entity does, are we stepping on each other's toes a little bit? Most everybody in the TV business and those who work in weather offices and stuff, we kind of give to the Weather Service office. But now there's this company saying that, no, we're going to do our own alerts. We're not going to wait for the Weather Service. I can see the pros and cons on that a little bit. So I was wondering what y'all's thinking is on something like that. Because I'm a little concerned about folks being confused. It's like, well, the Weather Service didn't issue a warning, but this service did. Well, this warning said tornado warning, but this one did not. You know, I don't know. It's kind of it's a very much a balancing act. I can see the pluses and minuses on both sides. Yeah, thank you guys. I love you guys. Hey, Alan, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you guys do with y'all watching and stuff. And Derek and Sam Evans is saying it's lightning down there in Georgia. Yeah, they got a little lightning in the area. Look at all this lightning down here in South Georgia, though. Getting a lot. I'm surprised we got a warning on that one. Again, I always watch that white lightning data. When I start seeing the lightning go up in an area, ooh, let me take that off 50 frames. My bad. Take that back to 14. My bad. See that lightning starting to go up in that one county right there? That's usually an indication we probably got hail going up in there as well. Yep. See, spike. Okay, so we got lightning going up. We got the hail going up. We're probably going to see a new warning coming out for that county right there. That's right near Butler. Butler and Reynolds. We're probably going to see a new severe thunderstorm warning come out. But here's a good example. So say I work for that company or something like this. Weather Service has not issued a warning for that county. I'm looking at the lightning data. I'm looking at hail. Ooh, I think there should be a warning for that county. And they go ahead and issue a warning on it. Should that be allowed? I don't know. But that's a good example of one. I'm looking at that. I'm going, I think I might want to issue a warning for that county. But the Weather Service has not issued a warning for that county. So, go figure.
New information. This severe
I agree with you. I
thunderstorm
think it should be
warning
on the
has been
same umbrella. I'm worried about that. And yeah, like I said, I don't want to mention the company because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to do anything else out there. But you probably may come across it out there in the future. It's one thing, since I've started my Facebook business and I've got my stuff on there, I'm really seeing how much of it out there. There's a lot of it out there. My God, there's a ton of it. And like up here in North Georgia, there's probably about 6 or 7 different smaller entities. None of them broadcasters, but they do their own social media stuff. And I think the biggest one out there is it's got like 66,000 followers. And I've only got like 10 right now. I'd probably be close to 50 right now if I hadn't lost my original page, which kind of stinks. But yeah, it's work in progress. Work in progress. But yeah, that's just one of my main concern right there. Let me look. I want to look back over here at let's see if the satellite's updated yet. There it is. It's finally updating. So it looks like the lightning's kind of holding their own. See the lightning data here across Alabama and Georgia, kind of holding their own. This is just starting to fire out here. This stuff's going to be going this way, and head over to the coast. But look at this massive just clouds and low hanging stuff right across the country. Just yuck. And they're still surprised they haven't cut back any more counties there in Georgia, but I think they're getting ready to. Let's see this sky in the middle of the ball. Dude, they got sunny skies there. Well, I got some, kind of brown. I call it filtered sunshine. I think we're going to see. I really think between Macon and Perry, I think we're going to get some more warnings in there. I'm pretty confident we're going to get something in there. Oops. All right. Got some pretty good storms here, shot up south of Dublin too. Yeah, these also might go severe here. Got my wife coming home here pretty soon. I'll have to get her some dinner going here pretty quick. I'm very grateful. I want to say thankful to everybody that came on. We had for 3 hours of coverage, we had over 2,000 views. We added some 70, I think, so more new subscribers to the channel. A lot of good likes here. Been really, really nice. Hold on, let me get this phone real quick. I got to take care of that. I'll call them back and do that later. All right. Oh, I didn't mute myself, did I? No, okay, good. Everything's looking pretty good so far. I thought we could see a few more warnings on what we've seen so far. Good rain behind this, though. God, that's what you call a good sleeping rain here. That's a sleeping rain right there. But we can't knock the storm because we did have a tornado. I think we may have had 2 tornado reports today. So, I mean, you can't knock that. I think that having a tornado, in my opinion, justifies the slight risk. The fact that you had a tornado there. So you get going here. My daughter on the way home. All righty. $75.49. Oh, trust the killer was $75.49. Okay, my bad. All righty. Hold on one second. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. Y'all stand by for a second. I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold on. Be right back. Hold on. I'm not going nowhere. Had to give me a drink here too, guys.
New information. This flash flood warning has been updated.
All right. Yeah, my only problem I had with the Storm Prediction Center was for North Georgia today, because I just thought we're wedged. There's no way in hell we're getting anything. I just didn't think we were going to get it. And I don't think we made it above 60 degrees in Gainesville today. All right. Yeah, 145 likes. Wow, very good broadcast today. Thank you guys. I thank everybody's for checking us out. I was just checking the status on the Starship launch is about 2 hours and 5 minutes away. I think it's at it's like coming up on 5:30 here. So I think they launch at 7:30 Eastern. 7:30 Eastern is when the Starship is supposed to launch. This is number 9. It'll be interesting to see if they pull this off. They catch that lower booster, or if the other one's going to get into orbit or not. The last 2 blew up. I think because they were going to the bigger one, I think it was done by harmonics. It gets a long frequency. It kind of shakes itself apart because of the vibrations that happen in the system. If it's not the right size, I think that's what caused it. But they've done some very big changes. They waited like 2 months to launch this next one. So I'm going to be checking that launch out. I'm going to be checking that out for sure. I'm thinking about possibly even start doing that here on the channel. Maybe doing like a weather perspective. I think I tried to do it once before, but I really didn't get it set up the way I wanted to. But I might try to incorporate a SpaceX coverage into a launch here on the channel. I'm thinking about it. You know, that we got to show the radar, we show the live camera, we talk about the weather conditions for launch and kind of watch it. And yeah, I don't know, something I've been toying with, because I've always been a real rocket nerd. I've really enjoyed watching rockets and things go up, and the space program, space shuttle, I loved, you know, and obviously it was big. Grew up with that in the '80s and stuff. But something I'm thinking about. I'll check out the villainy storms here. I want to see what the hail's doing here. See if they're going up or going down. Definitely got some pretty good hailers in there. Kind of holding their own. Between Thomaston, I say Butler, Reynolds, heading to a Marshville. These are all hailers, probably nickel-sized hail. Yeah, I'm trying to look ahead here, and let me see here real quick. Let's see the latest on this real fast. Where are we looking at here? Yeah, there's a day 4 on the coast. I'll play it by ear. I'll have to see when my next live broadcast will be. Really need to pick the days that we don't have, you know, a lot of folks going on out there, and try to see if we could do this. And today I'm kind of driven because it's in my state. That definitely helps today, but I'm not sure how it helps on the big picture. So we'll have to try to do it on a different day. that's not impacting Georgia, so I can see how the algorithm responds accordingly. Got to measure that way. One thing I was very surprised was I was able to, typically when I don't post over 4 days, like over the Memorial Day weekend, I thought I would lose some subscribers. I was actually, didn't lose anything. I actually maintained, which was a shock, because typically if you don't post something like every other day or something like that, you tend to lose subscribers. You also tend to pick up bots that'll get in there, and then YouTube will clean them out and you'll bleed off some for no reason. You're like, hey, why am I losing subscribers? Well, it's because they're bots and they delete them out. So you'll get a few of them in there. So you constantly have to fight that battle to try to, while you're trying to maintain your audience, you also got to get through the bots that are there too. So a little bit of a aggravation. Let me go back over here again. Hold on a second. Let me go back over here. Oops. How about chat? Doing something here with the chat here real quick. All right, there we go. All right, just making sure everything was good. All right, guys. Well, all right. I gave it a little time. We were waiting on. We're going to go ahead and shut down. But I want to thank everybody for our broadcast today. Very successful. If you haven't subscribed yet, before we hang on off, if you'd like to join us again in the future, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted when we do these updates. If you ever have any weather-related questions or anything, you're more than happy. Please put it in the chat or in the comment section on any of my weather updates that I do pretty regularly here on the channel, and we'll have to answer it out. If you're hearing one thing and you just want to verify that the information is correct, I'll be more than happy to help you out there as well. I'm here at your leisure. I sometimes like to sell myself as your personal weatherman. And so if you have anything, I'll be more than happy to help you out there. But you guys have a great and safe afternoon. Looks like we made it through the worst of this here in Georgia. And look forward to serving you guys again on another successful broadcast. And we'll make that climb. Get closer and closer to 10,000. We got 2,449 more to go by 1 October. And I think we can do it. All right? You guys take it easy. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day.